a sandwich. Now. Oh, sandwich wench. Yo, wench. Sandwich. Now. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, sandwich wench. I want a sandwich. Sandwich.
Just as a thing. Oh crap, that's so loud. Hello everyone, welcome back. Another Not Worth a Cork. Yes. Just before we started, Dave said to me, "You're the professional. You should do the intro." I immediately fumbled. That is professionalism. I would clap near the mic, but I just realised how much that spikes.
We are
So I'm going to try
starting off well.
Yes. Well, we're doing this in David's flat. If you hear any audio echo and it bothers you, fuck off. No, I'm kidding.
Constructive criticism is accepted for us to try and improve in future.
But if you're Yempy, don't do it. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't matter. We are in Dave's flat because we thought. Yeah, you noticed as well, didn't you? Yeah. We've done a couple streams this month so far, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. The only issue today is owing to some rather. Well, a series of unfortunate events, really.
Yeah.
Time constraints on my part, then additional from your part.
Yeah.
Not that it was anyone's fault, it was just
things that were happening.
cancer.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Yempy.
Hello, Yempy. Hello, Brian.
But yeah, we've had some issues getting this sorted. In fact, I had 10 minutes to get all this ready, and I'm really sorry if it's not perfect. There will be no tasting notes on the screen, for example, but David is going to be using his phone a lot.
I've just been charging it for the very purpose of.
Well, I was doing the same thing with your supercharger over there.
Yeah.
And twice today I've done that because I've been on my phone so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, joining me to do some obvious whiskey tasting of the most delectable variety is Dave. Say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
How is Dave then?
Dave is better now.
It's been a few days, you know.
Yeah. I haven't seen you since Friday.
Yeah, it's been a while. I missed our spooning. But yeah, this is going to be a fun stream, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because this is quite possibly one of our favourite distilleries. It has to be.
Yeah.
One of the top 5 has to be. I can't imagine a time where there isn't a Johnny in our life.
No, well, you have to have a good Johnny in your life. It's just anyway.
Can't go undetected. It's just wrong. Yeah, but we are going to be going through a selection of Johnnie Walkers. Not necessarily all the ones you see in the bar. The image on the screen, which has got some really weird contrast on it. It was on the thumbnail as well. But we thought we'd go through it and talk about our love of the Johnnie Walker. Even though it's not called the Johnnie Walker, I just thought the sounded appropriate there. And rather interestingly, we have, it's meant to be from Dave's collection, but, a fair amount of it comes from mine. However, Dave has rather generously offered up a lumpy, loaded with bits. No. He's provided a 20 cl of an OG that we're going to get to later.
Yeah.
Johnny on the spot. Well, there is an agent Johnny in the vicinity to ensure that the Johnnies make it to their destinations, correctly.
Agent Johnny is currently surveying the scene and keeping the water jug, which is also a Johnnie Walker water jug.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of this. Dave has a Johnnie Walker Black Label water jug, and we never thought to get a picture of that.
No. Until we got out of the cupboard.
Yeah. He's had that for as long as I've known him.
Yeah.
We used to sit in the living room at his parents, and he'd use that for water, and I'd be like, "Why are you using that?" Because we only ever really stuck to one thing, and then when we did bother to start mixing things up, the water jug came in handy. It's like, "Oh, I want one of these," and now I have like 4.
Yeah, I got a car boot sale for a couple of quid, I think.
Was it car boot or eBay?
They didn't do eBay. Okay, not really.
Okay, sorry. Was I supposed to say Etsy?
I didn't do Etsy either.
How did you? Well, the question now has been answered, isn't it?
My parents came home from a car boot sale one day and were like, "We've got you this," and I was like, Ooh.
So I'm very surprised.
Hello.
You say your parents then car boot sale. And I hear that and think, that doesn't sound like I've known your parents not as long as well, maybe a year less on you. But no. Is how I'm sorry, but no. Anyway, we have quite a love relationship with Johnny. In fact, some of the best shenanigans have happened with the second from left. And Dave, if you've been on our Discord server, although he's now walking to it as if anyone can actually, he's going to count them. Don't count the platinum; it doesn't count. He's going to count. Don't tell him yet. He's going to tell you how many bottles of Johnnie Walker he has. Different bottles.
Oh. Yes, I know.
Okay. Yeah, careful with the audio part there. We're on his microphone on his laptop, and it's a lot more sensitive than my microphone. So we can't even though for some reason I'm leaning forward.
We've assumed the position.
We're playing video games. We can't raise our voices as much as we'd like to. Dave on Etsy. Well, there are some things that do cool on there. I got my ceramic heater from there. From a Turkish seller. I'd like to get a second one, actually. I think that'd be a good idea.
And there is a
hello, Michael. Hope you're
bar
well.
sign maker.
Yeah, I'd love to.
There as well.
Yeah, they got people do wood signs for the doors. I'd like to get one made for the front of my cabin. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, so Dave, okay, you counted. How many do you have? And I'll include the ones that aren't here. You have one of those at yours, don't you? Two of them, in fact.
Yeah, but you said different.
Yes, but is there one in there?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, okay, add all of them, David. Go on.
If we're going with individual bottles,
yeah,
are we including the platinum or not including the platinum?
Fuck it, include it.
Okay.
May as well include the mistakes.
15. If we're including duplicates,
Frado, yes.
21.
Okay. Frado, I do actually know about the Logcar podcast. I like it. It's very entertaining.
So Michael, I feel like the answer's you, but it seems like such an easy answer.
No, it might be you. When you get ill, you get ill. I'm just waiting for a weird creaking noise when Dave is stumbling around. Well, his place is rock solid. I mean, if anyone's going to creak, it's going to be the guy who slung a stupid cabinet on his shoulder. What did your dad say again?
Yeah, you'll need more than one of you to do that.
He's like, no, Meg's got this. I pull it out of the car and throw it on my shoulder. A bit awkwardly, I will admit.
Yeah, it's quite long, isn't it?
It was a bit long, yeah. Once I got it on my shoulder and then realised I had to wiggle it around the staircase.
It's long and it's heavier at one end than the other.
Well, so that was I noticed that, but that's why I had it shorter at one end than the rear. But then I was wiggling around the staircase a little bit, but holding it in one arm still.
Yeah.
It was how's Norwich? Dark and delayed. I'll explain why. I had my train was at 11:32 this morning. My train didn't leave till about 2 p.m. I was on the back foot from the offset. I got to Stratford. My train I didn't have a train at that point because my explicitly designated train was 1:30. Okay. I got there at 3. So I got to the other end of Stratford and went to the train station. And they're like, oh, a train from Norwich just left, actually. Okay, cool. I'll wait for the next one then. Okay, fine. I'll wait. Half an hour later, by chance, how do I get to Norwich? Because National Rail says there aren't any trains going. He's like, oh, you need to get on a train in 5 minutes to platform 10 to Chelmsford and change there on platform 2 to Norwich. Like, wait, what? And you didn't? My ticket won't go through the barrier because my ticket was a designated time. Meaning I couldn't get through the barrier. I had to wave somebody over and say, I will run through this. I have to run. You've got to let me through. And I simply said there was a cancellation at a certain train station I was at, and I fled the scene, of course. I'm thankfully I got here and ended up being 45 minutes earlier than Dave anyway. So I went to Morrison's and got myself a toothbrush because it's the one thing I forgot, and toothpaste. But the toothbrush is quite important, and I knew he had toothpaste because he got it from me.
Yeah.
But yes, I got late. Sad. I was meant to go to the whiskey shop and see if they had certain things so I could ask them to put aside something for Dave if they had it.
And Meg wanted to, I think, pre-prepare his madness so I wouldn't be there when he was trying to organise his madness.
It's fortuitous I have better eyesight. I will walk in, I will look at everything, and the moment I see what I need, I'm not going to say anything. If they don't have anything that's on my list, I'm going to be very surprised because there is literally 3 separate contingencies. And it's annoying because one of them is 3 bottles and the other 2 are 2.
Okay.
It diminishes down to 1 on the last
law
one.
of diminishing madness.
Yes. Well, it gets madder, I guess, in the context of it just being 1.
Yes.
But We don't like to skip here. I'll save that. Hello, Orla. Did Earth keep you entertained? Well, he's here now. He's actually a bit battered,
having a
apparently.
sleep.
Yeah,
He's
having a snooze on a glass table. He sleeps anyway. He's a slut. But yes, Dave, there's 21 bottles of Johnnie Walker. I think I might be quite close, but where we differ is that I have, for example, Johnnie Walker White Walker.
You do.
I have 2 of the blenders batches.
Yeah.
You don't have any of those.
No.
Whereas Dave has some really collectible ones.
Although if I have extras for potential treatage, then Sweet Pete could become an option for.
If there's in the shop, I would happily include that because that actually would fall within the price range, to be fair. But it's unlikely to have it in the shop, I'm afraid. But you never know. We can look into it.
Yeah.
Sweet Pea is nice.
Sorry.
It's all right. No, I think if I had to count, I probably wouldn't be that far behind. But what does me dirty is the fact I think I have about 3 to 4 bottles of black.
I mean, I have 3 of them.
Yeah, you would only have 2 if I hadn't given you one of the 1 litre ones. Although I do have a 20 CL Centenary Gold. I have OG Gold, which you don't have.
No.
That was an accident. And I have Icon Blue. You have Standard Blue, but you have a 1 litre Standard.
And you have Gold 18. Not. Is the yeah.
It's OG Gold, yeah.
That's that. Yeah, Centenary Gold. That's what we class as OG Gold, though. The Centenary.
We do, but I put OG because that came before it.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know why. And this is the thing: the OG Gold that we're going to get to later, we're going to try it. We're not going to do a dram each, though. We're going to do one between us because we have literally never tried it. I've had this bottle for so long, and it's been opened and put in other bottles to keep it safe. But then I realised I just fuck it. It goes back here. It looks better in the old bottle anyway. But yeah, we're gonna go over here because obviously we can talk and prattle on forever, and I don't know if we should do that.
Hi, Orla, by the way.
Hello, Orla. Hi. Sorry, that's my fault for not noticing. If you are, by the way, able to, please. Is that Snorlax Earth's wallet? Well, it's actually my Switch, but yes, that too. Pillowcase. Elevate the neck. We don't get headaches. Please remember to like the streams. We would appreciate it. The last 2 streams have done really well on views. The first one got 300. The next one got 270, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
But half as many likes. And obviously, we would like to drive up the engagement. It really helps us. We have also created because Dave and I are going to do some shorts for Whisky stuff to go with the Instagram as well, when we can be asked, for some YouTube shenanigans with bottles and unboxings and rankings, maybe. I don't know. We've got some ideas. We're just going to work it out.
Yeah.
And it gives Dave a chance to be creative. He's very good at doing the one that gets more likes. Except for that one post, it doesn't just let it go. Let it go. Well, I was playing Pokemon earlier, so don't be too. I mean, I was playing something else as well. Actually, I was playing Crash Bandicoot, but I was sat at the train station for 2.5 hours. My hands went so numb I couldn't actually jump with my thumbs. This is beyond stupid. My phone is going off. I should put it on.
So please do like the stream. If you are feeling particularly kind and generous and would like to do so, there is a link at the top of the screen for the coffee. Please do feel free to donate anything you would like to do so to us. We very much appreciate it, and it will be used for more Whisky Swag.
It will actually on Wednesday, in fact. There is no donation bar because I had 10 minutes to set this up on his laptop. So we are very limited on presentation. And all the pictures were taken before Dave left. So ignoring the contrast of this one, it was just I had to contrast it because we forgot to wipe the bottles and they were a little bit condensated.
Yes.
Which is quite obvious, actually, now I've mentioned it. But the shine looks nice. But the blue looks really dark. I hope the city is treating me well. CW, I wouldn't know. I literally waited at the train station for half an hour for Dave and then got in a car. I went to Morrison's briefly to get a toothbrush, though. I mean, that was nice. That was my last £2, that was.
Morrison's is still there and still open.
It looked a lot smaller than I thought it'd be. I thought it was bigger.
It is quite big, but it's just small compared to like the big Tesco's and Asda's you see these days.
Yeah.
A big Morrison's about the size of a medium-sized Tesco.
Maybe it's because because the self-service takes up so much space, I think.
Yeah.
And also it looks quite narrow and long. Maybe I should have gone in there to get nail varnish. If I thought about it, that'd have been good. I painted my teeth. Anyway, Shall we start with, and I think I have the images right. Aha!
Huzzah!
This one. So, what is this, Dave?
This is Johnnie Walker Red.
Hi, MJ. Hope you're well.
So this is, I suppose, the slightly odd one because this is where you'd expect there to be a 10-year-old Johnnie Walker whiskey, and it
I thought
isn't.
it was. I thought it was for the
Yeah,
longest
I
time.
thought it was as well, but it isn't. It is just a red. This is basically their very base level entry
Not
blend
anymore.
whiskey.
Not anymore, it isn't. Blonde.
Well, yeah, but you can't get that very many places
No. Do you know why?
because it's probably terrible.
No. No one bought it.
Yeah.
Because red existed. For Christmas 2 years ago, I got given a litre of this. I already had that bottle and it hasn't been touched since
No.
then anyway. I gave that 1 litre bottle to my father, who used it in old fashions and with lemonade, because it is not a drinking
No.
whiskey.
I have a bottle up there, and I have a bottle at my parents', both of which I think are sealed.
I'm going to Google.
Meg is going to investigate.
I'm going to start
yeah,
drinking now.
So this is Johnnie Walker's garden variety pub whiskey. This is
There's
basically
Scrumps in here.
that's a sample.
Daniel's in there.
They're both well, they're both Jack Daniels.
Excuse me.
This is what I got for
I
Christmas.
am
from
taking your whiskey credentials away from you.
friend of the family. He got me the famous grouse. It came with the,
And
it came with the short bread. Let's call that an unhappy reminder of a time.
Looks like it is open. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. Oh, I have had
But
it.
only as a single. That's at most a single.
Did we give that to your brother-in-law?
Probably. Because we had the Nika samples, remember?
True, we
So
did.
we stuck to those and
We gave him a platinum as well.
that was at your mum's. That was a different mum and dad's different time.
Okay, so my then. But yeah, so this is what you generally find. If you're going to find a Johnnie Walker at a pub, it will either be this or the Johnnie Walker Black.
I've not seen the
unless it's a very posh pub, and sometimes they do have green or blue.
So the pub I clean, they don't have Johnnie Walker at all. They have Bell's, Teachers, and Grouse on the tabs.
Yeah.
Behind, Fiddick 12, Jameson's Lefroy 10, Monkey Shoulder, and one other. Which one is it?
It's pretty decent though. There's a selection of
There's one
on
other.
tap.
There's another one, and I can't remember what it is, but it's kind of shite. You know, it doesn't matter. I mean, to be fair, Jameson's is a safe bet in all pubs, and it's it's the most popular. Glenfiddich 12 is one of the most if not the most popular single malt or blended malt. It's a blend, isn't it?
It is. Yes, I believe it is.
I think it's a blend. Yeah. Monkey Shoulder is a very good mixer. It's a very easy drink, and you can't go wrong with Lefroy.
Yeah.
Because it's Lefroy. You have Lefroy. I got Lefroy.
I mean, the pub we went to dinner for last night for our work do that had Jura, it had Fiddick 12, and it had
Jura's a win though.
I don't know what the other one was.
Okay.
Glenlivet 12.
My dad has a Jura, and he doesn't like it. I said to him, I said, bring it to me, and we will take care of it for you.
Yes, we'll deal with this.
He did like the Glenlivet cognac cask, which he had with lemonade. CW, did you get these from supermarkets or the whiskey shop, both? Or Master of Malt, Whiskey Exchange, malts.com, not the Bottle Club. And,
or the Whiskey Club if it's a competition, or Whiskey Shop if it's
well, we don't talk about that. There are many retailers you can use, and we highly recommend Master of Malt, to be honest.
Yes, drink supermarket as well.
Malts.com,
out there. Malts.com,
they're good. Whiskey Exchange have done you nice as well.
Yeah.
If you go
at Master of Malt are probably our favourite online retailer.
If you go to a shop, of course, the whiskey shop is the king. If you go to the shop, the only issue you've got is you can't guarantee they've got.
Yeah, they don't hold everything in stock in every shop. So.
Yeah, their stock rotate. It's always different. I know for a fact certain whiskies I was looking at when my main reason to come in here is to go to Games Workshop, go to Hotel Chocolat, and go to the whiskey shop. I'll go to Primark and buy some slipper socks.
Yes. Well, we will probably achieve most of that by the end of tomorrow. And then we'll be going to the whiskey shop again on Wednesday.
If I can't do the Hotel Chocolat, it's a shopping list. It's like a shopping list. I'm not buying the Velvetizer, although I will admit the rum raisin vodka cream confuses me.
Yeah, well, I did tell you, sisters, you should buy that as your birthday present.
It's a confusing one because it says rum raisin vodka cream.
Well, I mean, I have a Velvetizer.
Yeah, but rum raisin vodka cream.
But I have a Velvetizer. Do you like rum raisin?
The point here, I do. But then I hear the word vodka cream after, and I'm like, hang on, rum and vodka.
What do I have in my fridge?
You've got one of those vodka creams.
I've still got the espresso martini.
Yeah, I
with
can't
chocolate
drink- I
cream.
can't drink
I can't
that.
remember what the other one was, but I had
That
the
one was
other
a caramel, wasn't it?
Yes, but that one, no, the caramel one is still in there because it's a syrup. It's not a
Oh, right,
syrup.
my mistake. Anyway,
Cream.
that's Johnny Walker Red Label, no age statement. Mine has a gift tin because I wanted the gift tin. It is no age statement. It is very affordable. If you're going to start drinking whiskey, if you want to, there's no harm starting with something like Johnny Walker Red. I think we can both agree. We're not going to be drinking this one, by the way, because there are too many Johnny Walkers, and I don't want to get battered to the point I can't build a cabinet tomorrow.
And we aren't even including in the too many Johnny Walkers all the extra different ones. There's enough in just the colour label series.
Yeah, we're going to go through a few different names as well, things we've tried perhaps. But Dave is going to do something right now. He's going to tell you what the flavour profile apparently is of this. Because he hasn't got his phone open, and I thought I'd screw him up. I'd love to know what the tasting notes. Oh, you've got it open.
Yeah.
Oh, what do the tasting notes say, Dave?
So Johnny Walker Red, created in 1909, apparently.
That explains a lot. This was
Yeah.
considered good then. Maybe this is what white was meant to
It's
be.
a classic blended whiskey, a great mixer and back bar favourite. Very right at the back, hidden behind everything
By
else.
the casuals.
Yeah. So these are from the good chaps at Master of Malt.
We like
On
them.
the nose, a surprisingly rich aromatic nose with heather honey, mixed peels, soft smoke, and rum spice. And Meg is now so intrigued by that he's actually got up to get the bottle.
Like, fuck is that there? No. Don't do me like this. It's open, so I'm allowed to do this. All right.
He has though refrained from licking it because it's not worth it. The subsidy of not worth a cork, not worth being licked.
Give me again.
A surprisingly rich aromatic nose with heather honey, mixed peels, soft smoke, and rum spice. And it doesn't tell me on the box which distilleries are used, so I have no idea for smoke corn.
I'm getting notes of disappointment and failure. It just smells like paraffin. You try and find those tasting notes. Maybe a little rum spice right at the end of a really deep sniff. But otherwise, it just smells like a D grade.
It's
not even
it just smells like wood, but not really interesting wood.
It's not even treated, mate. Hello, Brian. Hope you're well. Yeah, well, maybe, yes. I'll leave this here for now. I can't be asked to get and shut that door again.
So we have a whiskey that is both not worth a cork and not worth a lick.
Well, with that in mind, then, since we've got plenty to go through, shall we perhaps go to?
I was just going to do the palate and the finish of the red.
Oh, in that case, that's quite all right.
Just for everyone's interest.
That's all right. There we go.
So on the palate, cedar wood, oak, and
Bye, Violet.
Hello.
Oh, and smash lump.
Aniseed, Christmas cake, and malt.
I mean, you've got more chance of getting those from whatever it is you've mixed them with.
Yeah.
Like, if I mix it with literal licorice, you might have a point.
And on the finish, long, spiced nose with smoke on the tail.
They get far too much from that. I assume they watered that shit down.
Too much time drinking it, haven't they? Right.
I think they have too much of it inserted into the ears to clear it from freaking blockages. Maybe I should have done that with my ear.
Graph on that compared to the red.
That's right. No, that's what I'm talking about. Right. So red is, if you're new to whiskey.
Yeah.
I would still tell you not to go for this unless you were getting into it as mixers. But I would instead telling you to go red because Johnnie Walker is a status symbol as well these days. I tell you instead, don't go to Johnny. Go to an Irish whiskey because they're the safest bet.
I think, for accessibility of whiskey, Irish.
Go Tullamore, Jameson's, Bushmill standards. You don't have to worry about the fact it's not worth a cork. These are worth a cork. They just don't have a cork because you're not meant to, do them up again.
Yeah.
But I think it's got bite to it. I think it was all right in a whiskey sour, but I'm not very good at mixing drinks. I had it once. That's the only time that bottle's been opened, actually. It was to make 2 or 3 whiskey sours.
We didn't really drink with mixers, did we?
No, we don't.
Drink the fizzies.
Red is pretty bad. Horiyami, I agree. Which is why I think it's a mixer. I got an ad on this stream on my phone just then. I got an ad.
Apologies to anyone else if you got an ad and missed anything we were saying.
18 live viewers, though.
Cool.
Damn it.
Hello.
Awesome.
18
but I'm not a whiskey man. Nothing wrong with that, Horiyami, as long as you like the stream. Now, we're not going to be drinking red on purpose because there's no point. We don't really consider it we have things to do tomorrow, basically.
Yes, we have things to do and other things to drink.
Well, yes, especially when I'm looking at the array of what's in front of us.
Yes.
We have some delectable treats to go through and a lot of things to talk about because there are so many different Johnnie Walkers. To be honest, when I think of red, I think why? Because their standard three are the 12, 15, 18.
Yeah.
Now ignore the obvious one in the middle that has the word reserve in it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to exist. To be honest, that one should exist as what the red is. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's not really it's got more flavour to it.
Yeah.
It's just too expensive for what it's worth.
Yeah, its price point should be the red, but its flavour profile is better than the red.
Agreed. And so I think their 12, 15, 18 is where they should leave it, but they got a little bit greedy. It looks great. Well, I'm glad you think it does. It will be treated in the summer because I can't do it in the winter because of the cold damaging the finish. My dad's going to help me do that. I go, why does it? I like that. Yeah. I agree. I wish that heart wasn't in the way so I could actually read the entire message.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's it.
Pink Carlo, hope you're well, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope life is treating you good. Okay, so we're going to go to the next whiskey on the list instead.
Burn like that, yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay, that makes more sense. I thought it said behave, which makes equal sense with burn.
Yeah.
I like you got your notebook out, by the way.
Yeah, I need to fill it in from the other night.
So next on the list is this. Now, this is not the standard design of the bottle. It is not. This is one
Thank
of
you for the heart. Who I press that up?
Thank you.
And
In fact, you should all just do it anyway
because do a smash that.
It doesn't really do anything for us beyond feed our egos.
Yes.
Our livers will be fed quite well in
just a few moments.
Oh well, no, actually, a bit longer because we're not doing this one, are we? Which is not. There's a reason for that. We'll get to it in a moment.
The longest point of a stream before we drink on a drinking stream.
Well, we have to set things up. We're doing it in an order because we know there is an order to these whiskies that we have to go through in the correct order, or we're going to get it wrong. And I have just realised I don't. No, we have. It's fine. The assorted one should cover it. There's a lot to talk about when we get to it. Right. So this is Johnnie Walker Black Label, 12 years old, and it is to us a naughty whiskey that brings out along with Talisker, the very worst of us.
Yes.
In fact, the last time I got drunk,
the very best of us for your entertainment.
Yes. Well, the last time I got drunk, it was on Johnnie Walker Black. Although it wasn't until 2:30 in the morning that I realised I was pissed.
Yeah.
When I
delayed reactions.
Yeah.
That one.
Well, that's for you as well, wasn't it? You were texting my sister, and I went to the bathroom and decided to lay on the floor with my bottom in the air, exposed, my head against the bathroom door.
I fell asleep in the middle of a message with the light on, and woke up an hour later with my phone on my face. And the light's still on, going.
It's an interesting form of. I think you use like sensory depth for the eyes, but that's a bit of a weird one. The screen's on, it's a weird one. But yes, Johnnie Walker Black. We're not going to be drinking this one either because we can't be trusted.
No, we discussed before the stream whether we would start with a shot of this, but we decided that with the amount of other things we need to drink,
we've got some decent ones
here. We would probably be doing ourselves a dirty by starting with that.
We would, and it's fine because let's see, I like black. Double black is a banger. We'll get to it. Don't worry. That's the first one we're drinking. Don't you worry.
Yes.
Really slow, sneaky drunk. It really is. It is because we did 6 shots of Johnnie Walker Black Label each.
Yes.
I think there were doubles as well.
At least a couple of them were.
Yeah. We had a fair few, and the alcohol didn't hit me at all. In fact, when I was here in the summer last year, I drank more Penderyn, and I was fine. Johnnie Walker though went
quite a lot of Penderyn.
Johnnie Walker went. I'll see that.
Yeah, weren't we going to do 6, and then we ended up doing 7, and then ended up with 9?
Yeah, one was a double.
Yeah,
one was a double, and it was a banging double. All of it was, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yes, black is where you start. I agree.
Yeah.
But we're going to start with double black when we get there. Johnnie Walker Black Label, though, is to us, it's got fond memories. We like this whiskey because it's a very good drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't be trusted because I always do the one thing you really shouldn't be doing all the time when a whiskey is presented to you when it's called Johnnie Walker Black. You probably should take your time a little bit, but I mean, once Dave sat here, he poured me a Johnnie Walker Black. I shot it, put the glass back down. He turned, poured. He's already turned and pouring his. He turned back and went, "Wait, did I pour you?" He was completely confused, and I was like.
We're just like, what? I poured him another one.
So yes, I had my pre-drink.
Yeah.
It was very. I think it was because you were finishing a decanter or something.
Yeah.
And He only turned his head, and it was just enough for me to quickly go, oh, God, sayonara, scar.
Yes, Johnny Walker Black is where Meg found his niche with the YOLO swag fam.
Yeah, I can't be trusted. Naughty things happen. To be fair, I've gotten better. I just don't drink as much Johnny Walker Black.
Yeah. You've gotten better by just not drinking it rather than by drinking it properly.
This bottle is a limited edition version. I actually have two limited edition. One's the Icon series, which goes with the gold Icon bottle and the blue.
In the fancy bottle.
Yeah, I want to get the red Icon bottle, though. I don't want the red. I just want the blue.
It's not the bottle.
Yeah.
The bottle, like.
Well, no, the red bottle was, sure. Yeah. But I want the red Icon to go with the black, the red, gold, and then the blue. So it was a set. But I don't have the red one yet. But maybe one day. But this is part of an Indian design that was only available on one of the whiskey sites, not Bottle Club. We don't like Bottle Club, if that's not... we're not fans. And what did the tasting notes for this say, Dave?
So...
Because this one's quite long. This is voluminous.
Yeah, well, so the tasting notes aren't long, but I read out the entire blurb about the red, which was it being from 1909 and a barback.
Yeah.
The Johnnie Walker Black bottling notes is 3 whole paragraphs.
Oh, you start on that. I'm going to get a switch to look at it.
So, Johnny, pick a cupboard. There's some there, some in there. There might not be one there. Yeah. Johnnie Walker Black has a long history. It dates back to the late 19th century when John Walker and Sons of Kilmarnock had 3 blends in ascending order of age and price: Old Highland, Special Old Highland, and Extra Special Old Highland. These had white, red, and black labels. So red is actually the Special Old Highland.
Oh, not white then.
Respectively, no, and were known by their colour. Then in 1906, the 3 blends were relaunched as White Label, a 5-year-old,
that's not open.
Red Label, a 9-year-old, and Black Label, a 12-year-old.
That isn't an open bottle. I'm very, very annoyed with you.
Try the other bottle over there. Or is there a bottle over there?
I'll find it. Don't you worry, I'll find it. I know where black is.
I'm sure there's one somewhere. I've got enough bottles here. There must be one.
Oh, you bloody well do.
So that's interesting because the red was a 5-year-old whiskey. A 9-year-old whiskey.
9.
That's a bit of a non sequitur. And there's not actually one over there. Try the cupboard, but that's probably sealed as well. The understairs cupboard.
Okay, I'm not going all over there as well. I've got enough walking for one.
Yeah. So that's quite an interesting one. So their standards were 5, 9, and 12 back in the day. Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing it now.
When Red Label would lose its age statement and White Label disappear altogether, Black Label is still a 12-year-old blend, though it did go through a phase without an age statement.
You've got 2 in here.
Okay, one of them might be open. I mean, it's not like we can't open that one. It just,
None of them are open.
Problems may be had.
No, I'm just going to drink out of just curiosity.
You can open one, it's fine.
Go for one in the cabinet. Because I don't dirty,
Yeah. Its prestige status was trumped with the launch of Super Swanky Blue Label in the late 1980s, but Black Label has never lost its cachet. Across the world today, a bottle of Johnnie Walker Black Label is a recognised currency and symbol of excellence.
I have your permission to open this?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I have to ask because I don't want to do something and then,
It's Johnnie Walker Black. It's not.
Yeah, I know, but it's not my bottle. That's isn't it?
And to be fair, I don't think when I finished the last one, I put any in the Infinity blend, so I should redo that. The classic 12-year-old Black Label is a blend majoring on Diageo's Four Corners of Scotland.
Oh, 1 second. A short story for the black, yes. A White Label, only 5. Yeah. White Label's a weird one because we desperately tried to find it years ago, but then they brought out the celebratory, which we'll get to later. Yeah. We're not going to drink it, we just have it.
So, unlike Red, where it didn't say anything about distilleries, Johnnie Walker Black is made up of Clynelish from the Highlands, Cardew on Speyside.
I do like Cardew.
Malt from Glenkinchie and grain from Cameron Bridge with a little smoke from Kalila.
So I like 3 of them. The other 2 I don't know anything. I don't know. Clynelish I've never knowingly had, and nor the Cameron Bridge. Yeah, they did a Diageo of that not so long ago.
We do like a Kalila.
And Clynelish is a regular on the Diageo special releases every year. Yet neither of us have knowingly had a glass of it.
I'm intrigued by these 1-star reviews.
Oh, hang on. Can we just do tasting notes before you get to those?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do tasting notes so we can... $56 for
that might have to be on the review stream.
White Walker. You mean White Walker, don't you, Horiyami?
Yes, that is White Walker rather than Johnnie Walker White.
Meg's got that, and Meg's had a glass of it. It goes well in the freezer, but I never did that. I was too hammered to try.
Let me see if White...
I was completely sozzled.
I'm just going to see if they even have a listing of White for any tastings. I doubt they do.
White Walker.
Oh, it's on offer.
Yeah.
Save like £20. Hang on, that's £900 off.
Sam, It's,
Yeah,
it's
still-
I'm pretty sure.
still
I'm pretty sure that's
£19,000.
isn't that a birth year? Like 2 years. It's like 2 years prior. It was my sister's birth year, but with a zero in the middle. Can we get to tasting this? I'm losing alcohol here. Bless you.
Yes, sorry. I mean,
Comes from Warhammer. Basically, all it does.
let me go back to it. Right.
You like the design of the white, though. I agree. It's beautiful.
So, Johnnie Walker Black, and this is definitely black, not double black. On the nose, winter spice and treacle, hints of white pepper, and a little citrus.
Pepper and treacle, yes.
This is a good chance to master malt once again.
Treacle and pepper, yes. Pepper is sort of itching my nose a little bit, so I know it's there.
So the palate is rich and full with notes of wood smoke and dry spice. Hints of barley and cereal with creamy toffee and a distinct herbal note.
Okay, smell it out.
Go on. So audibly you couldn't hear that. Meg has just had a swig from a 70cl bottle of Johnnie Walker Black.
Finish is spicy. Warm. I would give it for seconds, but I know I know Dave might want to have a sip of his own. I don't want to take that from him. I'm kidding.
So on the finish, quite fruity and long with notes of sultanas and mixed creoles.
Very fruity, quite long. Very warm though. I can feel that go right down.
To be fair, I think we've always said on the palate we found that we think the toffee is kind of that smoothness that lets it go down easily.
The thing is, there's always definitely a smoke quality to it, and I found that fascinating. My dad doesn't like, for example, he doesn't like smoky whiskies, but I gave him a bottle of that. He didn't mind it. I think it's because it's not as in your face. Do you want to do those 1-star reviews, Dave?
I mean, I'm intrigued to look at them. Yeah, although it might be a subject for another stream.
No, we can do it here because we're here now, aren't we? I'm going to put. Do you want to have a swig of the black? Are you okay?
I'm all right for now, thank you.
All right.
Right.
I'll put it back then. How dare you, though? Oh, hang on.
Hang on, these ones.
Whereas the red wasn't worth it.
Oh, this one is worth a lick.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not going to do it to the end of the ones. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm trying to find the 1-star reviews, but I've searched from lowest rating to highest, and all of the first ones don't
Why
have
just
a rating.
click on the 1-star one?
See, I did do that, and it didn't actually load anything.
Oh. How do you get ratings like that?
They haven't even put a.
Oh, there's a link on it. Oh,
no, it's not a link on the one.
Ah, that's really crap.
I see it's sorted by lowest to highest, and I'm yet to find a star.
No, well, that's nonsense. Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, hang on. Here we go then, guys. 1-star reviews on Master and Malt.
Not even 1 star.
For Johnnie Walker Black. Johnnie Walker Black. Here we go.
We have tastes like Band-Aids.
Okay.
I'll try to find some interesting ones.
I mean, that sounds like blasphemy, to be honest.
I don't believe for a second that the copious amount of gushing reviews are genuine. I've been drinking whiskey for more than 3 decades, and I have to say, the Scottish whiskey industry is in a shameful state.
Oh,
this one goes on and on a bit.
I know a lot of people are older, and they always end up going with the same thing. They always say the same shit of, "Oh, I just stick to Irish," and the reason why is because it's smoother.
As for Black Label, at one off time, it occupied a very similar position to that of a Rolex in the 60s. It was a pivotal product, no more. I bought several bottles of black in the last few years. Every single one of them tasted different. Every single one of them was inferior to the Black Label of just a few years ago. Have we ever found they all taste different?
I've never noticed.
No.
I do think they have changed formulas for things, but I don't believe the black was one of them because the ingredients are a lot easier to source. This is one of the most popular whiskies on the planet. These people look like contrarians who just want to be hipster and be different, you know? What else we got, Dave? Oh, and MJ, tastes like Band-Aids. I oddly enough, I think many of us in the past have put a Band-Aid in our mouth because boredom.
Yeah.
I can say, hand on hearts, that I don't believe this tastes like Band-Aids. It tasted like godly nectar of immortality and dead livers.
1 star, very smooth, but has a strong wheat newsprint aftertaste on my palate, which took hours to come away.
I've never put a newspaper in my mouth before. I'm confused by that. I remember the good old days where a review said, if this bottle was a person, I'd be on the register.
Oh, yeah, I think they've taken them down. We had some good ones back in the day, didn't we?
Those ones are funny. I mean, we can't say what it actually said because it was an age statement that was below legal age. And Dave gets us demonetized every time.
Not smoky anymore. What? That was 4 years ago. Really? What? That's from someone from Argentina, though, so, you know.
Oh, they're just complaining because we still have the Falklands. They're salty. Bitch, that has smoke. It's not much, but it's always been very minimal.
It's better than not having any scotch, but that's not saying much.
That's not very nice. That's not very nice. Scotch is lovely. In fact, I would say though, my January treat this year is not a Scottish whiskey. The past two have been. This year is English, as you know, because you're the one that found it.
Yeah. So some interesting one-star
Okay.
reviews from people that clearly haven't actually drunk any of it.
Well, should we move to the next one that is our actual first
Yes,
drink?
let us do so.
Johnnie Walker Double Black. Because once you go black, you never go back. But you know what's better than getting blacked once? Being double penetrated by black.
Unfortunately,
Hang on, is that the pour on it?
unfortunately, this bottle does not have a cork.
No, but
This has the stupid ass pourer.
no. I wish I had that bottle. That annoys me so much that I got rid of it now because it's such an OG thing.
My jigger.
Do you want to explain your bottle to people? Because yours is not the same. Right, so just a quick thing. If Ragamuffin sees this, the bottle on the bar is the bottle you sent me off my wish list.
This bottle I have is the 1 litre bottle, one of them, because I have one in the fancy leather case at my parents'.
Does it have a pour on as well?
I don't know because I haven't opened it.
Mm.
But it is a 1 litre bottle. Now, this has a pourer in the top. This is because this came from a duty free.
Yeah.
And that's how they sold the travel ones.
This
See, this is the sort of pour that would go into an optic to link, so you could pour it from an optic.
This was one of the I think it was the very first birthday whiskey that Dave ever got me. And the funny thing about this one is it has a pourer built into the top, which means you regulate it. But also, and rather interestingly, it pours like shit.
Yeah, it does pour terribly.
But on top of that, it also has a rather interesting. You fuck.
The problem is it starts off so slow, then it just speeds up so quickly.
Right.
You can't then really control it. So we have had a dribble.
You don't need a kitchen towel at the bottom of this.
Yeah.
All right, you fix that.
I don't like
It made sense that I get it the way I was at least.
You're doing sensible.
But this one has a screw top, but the screw top looks like a cork. Right, thank you. Do you want to give that a wipe down and sort out that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, that's fine. It has a screw top, but the screw top looks like a cork.
Yeah.
And so that threw me because I've seen another bottle, Johnnie Walker, the triple one.
Yeah.
Because once you go black, you never go back. Once you go double black, honestly, you have issues walking. But there is, in fact, a triple black. And I want it. Because there is never such thing as too much black in your life. And honestly, if you can't handle black, you definitely can't handle double. You can't handle double, you sure as hell can't handle triple black. Miserably deaf now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case. All right. But yeah, there is, in fact, multiple versions of blacks. And we have tried many of them. We'll get some soon. But double black is one of the few we can get our hands on. Oh, there you go. Oh, you nailed it. Right.
You have to get it almost vertical to let it come out, then very quickly try and get it unvertical.
About 2/3 of the way you stop pouring. But yes, double black. I have 2 bottles of this. You have 2. Mine are 70 CLs. One is off the wish list and one I purchased.
Yeah. This one's a litre. I don't know if the other one is a litre or 70.
Well, you gave me one of those for a birthday whiskey. And I think I threw the bottle away when I put it into a decanter. And that's a big mistake. I think I broke the top off to get it off. Does the triple come with free voucher for a liver transplant? I mean, I can make more very inappropriate jokes in a different direction if you like, and say it comes with other transplants if internal organs get destroyed. But I guess the liver one seems accurate. Depends which way you're prodding it. It's a rather interesting whiskey to me, this one, because when it first came out, I didn't quite understand the point.
Smell it though.
Yeah,
we're not even sat near it, and you can smell it.
Mm-hmm. But I didn't see the point of it because the 12 existed, and then I tried it and realised, okay,
this is a no age statement, isn't it?
That was one of the things I was working out when I was setting up the images for 5 minutes. With the 5 minutes I had, was which order to go in, and double black had to be after black and red. Because it has to be. But you can't ignore this one sits above the 12, yet it shouldn't. It sits above because of what it is. And we'll talk about what it is in a moment. Because we need to know what tasting notes say. We need to know maybe a bit of history about it. Because it's a strange one. And also, why the hell do we get pourers on them?
Yeah. So
why?
Originally released to the travel retail market That answers that question.
Answers that, yeah.
Double Black
Pallets.
combines the rich, malty flavour of Black Label with slightly peatier whiskey and casks that were more heavily charred.
Right.
The result is a toasty, smoky whiskey with Johnnie Walker's usual rich, malty core.
Okay.
So it's black turned up to 11.
It's the Spinal Tap whiskey. Okay.
So on the nose, slightly smoky. Yeah, I'm 2 feet from it. It's definitely smoky.
That's the kind of smoke that if I stand in another room, I promise you, I'll notice. Your parents, if
Especially my neighbours. Can you smell our whiskey? If so, I'm really sorry.
no, that's so sorry. Say we have extra if you'd like.
Yeah. So on the nose,
Yeah.
slightly smoky and almost medicinal on the nose. It offers up hints of vanilla, a little tar, a touch of barbecue sauce,
Yeah.
citrus, and malt.
Now they put the barbecue thing in my head. That is this glass weighs a fucking ton. This
Come
actually,
on.
this is, no, this is.
That's a little lie.
You're taking the piss.
I've got a really fancy blue one in there.
It's so heavy.
This is an inferior Johnnie Walker blue
No,
one. But...
right, Dave's given me a weighted glass, and I mean it makes sense. I mean, no, it doesn't. I'm not heavy-handed, but gee, I'm getting an arm workout for this.
Look at the bottle design of a bottle of Johnnie Walker and the design of the glass of that. Like,
You weigh more.
that's probably the wrong bottle for it, but the actual.
Like this is a proper heavy.
It's that traditional Johnnie Walker chunky base bottle.
Blue does that.
Yeah,
gold.
like the XR on there.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like thick base. That's the.
Yeah, it's a very thick bottom glass he's given me, and I'll be honest, I'm okay with it. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So on the nose, yeah.
I've got a glass that came with a some bits of Johnnie Walker Blue.
It's interesting because he's heavier handed than I am. Wide round, huh?
Yeah.
Is that how you like it? Yeah, it's really nice on the
Didn't want
nose.
the empty to clip.
Can confirm though, he does like them wide and round. Now, this is really nice on the nose, smoky and welcoming and warm, and yeah, it's got everything.
I can't say I can pick up any tar.
No, the barbecue sauce one confuses me because now it's in my head. It's there. A really cheap barbecue sauce, bit runny, you know.
So in other words, what we're saying is that Johnnie Walker have actually missed an opportunity for making their own line of barbecue sauce with
I'd
this.
buy that as well.
Yeah. Johnnie Walker, anyone from Johnnie Walker, if you're listening,
Yeah.
Johnnie Walker barbecue sauce, double black. Yes, please.
And yes, MJ, a thick bottom. I know they all they sell samples of red, black, double black, gold, 18 yen, blue. Would never get the 18.
No.
The rest, yes. Okay, so should we have a little sip?
Yeah, would you like to know the palate first or after?
After.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah, it's heavy. See, the thing about that is, on the nose, smoky. The taste, really sweet.
Yeah.
The finish, smoky.
Yeah.
The palate is completely. It's a weird. I want to use the word juxtaposition, but I can't be asked to figure out how to use it.
No, that is right. Yeah.
It feels like
it's light on the palate, isn't it?
It is so light. That is so weird as well. But I'll be honest, I'm kind of glad it is because if it was a little bit heavier, I would be YOLO swag fanning this instead. You just see like on my wish list, 10 bottles needed.
It's like it is more of a drinking whiskey than a.
This is definitely black is a straight up. I will just shoot the crap out, and then regret it at 3 a.m. with my bottom in the air on the bathroom floor for no reason whatsoever.
This is why I'm glad we're not sharing a bathroom.
I will leave the door open. You'd be like, wait, I could put my bike there.
So on the palate, a good body and very creamy with a sublimely malty core.
Mm-hmm.
It offers up a surprising level of peat smoke, which works really well.
Mild.
Creamy sweetness, hints of soft wood smoke, salty butter, custard, and cereal.
Custard. I can agree with custard. There is some peat smoke there, but it's more the finish, I feel.
Yeah, the finish is good length with notes of malt, boiled sweets, black pepper, and cool smoke.
Yeah, I can agree with that. This is absolutely delicious. It's a great way to start the stream, to be fair. Although, to be honest, maybe I was wrong. Maybe we should have had the black first, a shot. You know, we're doing Johnnie Walker, everyone.
Well, yes.
Are we having hot chocolates after this?
Yeah. Can do. We don't have to have alcohol in hot chocolate.
I'm going to have to get a bottle soon.
Face intensified.
Yeah, indeed. Pincalo, you will have to get a. Would it be good on beef jerky?
Yeah.
Well,
we've had it on steak before.
we have. Well, we had double black on steak.
Yeah, we did that. I think we did that first. Then that's when we decided to get a bottle of black as a steak whiskey.
Well, it's after Lefroy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had Lefroy select.
because we didn't have. I don't think we had a bottle of steak whiskey. We just double black.
We had. I mean, I was tempted to do one of the most expensive steak whiskies.
I
And I was like, but it was like, I want to do it with the really, really high.
probably the optimal.
Yours is high ppm than mine. Mine's 104.
Yeah,
Yours
mine's
is
like 190 something.
190 something. That's the one. I'm looking at that and I'm like, that one.
Call me the soils.
I'll have a double of that on my steak. Can you imagine eating that though?
Yeah.
That's going to be really in your. Anyway, yeah. This is a delicious whiskey. It's a great sipping whiskey. What does
I would be very triggered by having Johnnie Walker Blue on my steak.
Well, I think we've had it with a steak, haven't we? No.
Did we have it with steak when we did watch the coronation or the funeral or whatever it is, Jubilee, whichever one we watched?
No, we only drank it during it. The new Jameson. Ooh, what? And those are 22 because Whiskey Exchange have it and they only have about 600 bottles. Dave is now going to look up Jameson's 25 because his attention has been piqued. He and I are quite fond of Jameson's and 22 exists.
22, 21.
21 is cask strength and it's also quite hard to get as well. Although if they have that in the whiskey. There is a rather old one there. I'm looking
It is out of stock on Best of Wines.
That's unfortunate. Well, we'll continue.
It doesn't seem to be a 25.
I'm talking about marinating it in the blue. Oh, fair enough. That's not something we've done. To be honest, Octomore is more expensive, and the ppm on the peaty part is a lot higher. It is considered the one that bitch slaps every other whiskey that is peated, and it does. Because the very first time I tried that was a sample David brought to me, and it was 300 ppm or something. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Yeah, well, it was like stupid high. I mean, mine didn't cover it. I can check it.
But yours is 194, but not the sample. Or do you still have the sample? If you have the optimal sample.
10.4, 63.5%.
10.4, isn't that the one you got the bottle of? I've got 10.1 as the bottle, haven't I? Don't I have that as a bottle, the 10 point?
No.
Dave's going to look this up. Anyway, I'm going to carry on drinking my Johnnie Walker Double Black because this is a lovely whiskey and I think it's a fantastic opener for us all to just sort of chat headline while scrolling. That's fair. That's fair. Nothing wrong with finding a headline. And Dave's now looking for Octomores because he's curious. Delicious, actually. So
the 11.3.
Oh, right.
Which is 194.
I knew that.
I'm still trying to work out what the 10.4.
Well, I've got the 10.1.
10.4 is only 88.
Oh, that can't be the one then. I got the 10.1. Oh, no, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I have. Hi, Leon. I hope you're well. We are going to be on Wednesday going to the whiskey shop and doing some other things. Dave is looking to buy his January treat. He'll be buying a Macallan. I am going to be buying something a bit different.
10.1 is 100%.
Multiple difference. But I feel a bit dirty in that instance. But
Evening, Leona.
hi. Yes. There is no Johnnie Walker on the list, although I had considered the elusive umami. They had it in stock there up until yesterday. Yeah. And it was on my contention list. They've only got the standard gift set, which has 2 glasses and a bottle. And I'm like, I mean, I can't say no, but I would drink that just to finish it.
And the glasses always have.
I've never finished a bottle of Johnnie Walker Blue. And I'm looking at that like...
That's one of those challenge. Do I? Don't I?
Yes, I do. Are there other brands you fancy? Yes, we have on this series, this podcast, this show, over the close to 2 years now, been doing this sporadically. We have covered many different distilleries we do and don't like. We have done challenges, and we will be bringing some challenges back. I'd like to do a blind taste test with Dave again because I think it's funny. Dave has done one on me with the Glenlivet Spectra, which I can see up there. Yeah. It's exquisite. That
was a joint effort, to be fair, because neither of us knew anything about it.
Showed that to my dad.
We had to do audio clips and things.
My nieces asked me who won, and I was like, well, it wasn't really so much about who won. but I did get the first and the third one mostly right because they were sweeter, whereas Dave got the second one mostly right because it was peated.
Yeah.
Which speaks fucking volumes. Like, I have a renowned sweet tooth. The two men.
We're getting your nieces, or you're getting your nieces involved with this. This is good.
It's like when they ask who won. Technically, I did.
All of us. It was whiskey.
Yeah. Although I did want the bottles to be fair. I would love to get a set of that just to have.
They do periodically go on sale for about 60, 70 quid.
Yeah, if I could catch one, I'd buy it. I really would. Maybe after the treats.
Yeah.
And I have to get that Calvados bottle. The Morangi Take Two stream. I've got to have it. I've got to have it. That's going to be for those who don't know. On this series as well. The next whiskey stream, I don't know when it will be exactly. We'll work it out later. We'll let you know on Instagram and Twitter.
Sometime.
Yeah. It will be a January treat stream. Right? That'll include any and all madnesses that we feel would be appropriate for the stream, which we'll discuss more on Wednesday when we come back.
When we have madness.
Yeah, when we've madness did. Yeah, that works.
Treated madness did.
Madness did. Yeah.
Our bank accounts have cried. Our debit cards have blown up.
Speak for yourself. You have no idea. Oh,
I'm glad you only make that much money once a year.
according to somebody in my chat on Saturday, they said you got over 1.5 million views. You made $5,000, and I was like, I never make $5,000. I don't make $5,000. What are you talking about? And I was like, I've got one video, but two
people don't understand YouTube, do they?
Yeah, they don't get it. I said, look, one video got 120,000 views. I made $200 on it. Do you really think I made more than $5,000? It's like, come on, play the game here. Honestly.
Is it wrong that you cannot stand Canadian whiskey?
Well,
depends.
We do want to do a Canadian whiskey stream in the future, but to me, Crown Royal is only good for shooting.
Very smooth, but it's not too much.
Yeah, I'd like to try the other ones: the peach or the vanilla, the maple.
The owner has yet to send us those, so we're a bit hamstrung. So
that's it. I think it's a trade deal issue.
Yeah.
Or maybe it needs keys to stashing. Dave does have a bottle of J.P. Wise's 18-year-old, but we have discovered that is considered a form of rot gut and quite cheap.
But it's also considered to be one of the best things to ever come out of Canada.
Didn't they say the same about Canadian Club?
No.
There's a corked version of that.
Yeah. People I know who drink whiskey.
There is a collectible bottle of Canadian Club in old-fashioned font. It looks like it came out of a pirate boat.
There's one in the book, yeah.
Yeah, blasphemy.
People I know who drink whiskey who have a more impressive collection than I do, including, I think he's got a bottle of Macallan worth about 20 grand.
Let me lick it.
He says that Wise's 18 is very, very good.
We'll find out, because we do want
to find out.
Yeah, we do want to find out. To those who are watching, don't forget to like the stream. We'd really appreciate it. All likes help us here, and it gets us in the algorithm.
Yeah. And as Leona very kindly noted a moment ago in the chat, the coffee link is there if you would like to donate to us to help us with our content. Not at all addiction to whiskey.
No,
content, definitely.
But it is convenient though that we are going to the whiskey shop on Wednesday in a day and a half's time. Yes. Should we finish our drinks and move on, David?
Yes, I think we should.
I have a fairly sizable amount because I've been meg sipping.
I don't actually. I've been Dave sipping.
I've been meg sipping. YOLO swag fam on that. Oh god. That's good. That will be. Oh, I tell you what though, the sweetness in that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is a brilliant. For those who don't know what the YOLO swag fam is, I basically shoot my drink, and that is a delectable drink. It doesn't feel bad to shoot it because I know how much it cost. It doesn't feel bad because it's sweet. It has a nice warmth, no burn. There's no burn at all, actually. That's a really strange thing I found with certain Johnnies is that.
No, it's very. I'm getting a lot of caramel at the back of my throat. Or maybe like that.
Maybe not anymore.
Caramelized custard, burnt custard kind of caramelization, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Your mum's cooking.
It doesn't burn, it solidifies.
You gonna tell me about the pan again?
Yeah, it solidified.
Did it leave the pan with Teflon or without it?
Let's say leave with, because it went out with the pan.
I mean, it took it on a leisurely jaunt into the bin. This is a step up, but also not a step up at the same time. It's a step up because it's Johnnie Walker Black, and they've taken it, and it's not because it's a different direction. but it's not a bad one. Now, I assume this is double black because the second cask has to be a sherry one.
It says about being the extra charred.
Is that what it is, or is it in a sherry cask? Just says deep charred,
Charred
from
old
oak.
oak.
How do you get deep charred old oak and all that sweetness?
Selected aged whiskies, introductory smoking, rich in character, with those matured in deep charred old oak casks. Our master blenders create a whiskey of real character and depth of taste.
Fam, this just tastes like
Still
they
important.
drizzled Demerara sugar on it.
Yeah,
Okay, it's far too sweet for that to be the truth.
yeah. It's an impressive mix of
Mm.
flavour versus what you'd expect from the barrels.
Yes, I agree.
Because charred doesn't normally lead to sweetness.
No, but I've noticed that with another one, Jameson's.
Jameson's was
I've got that
wasn't it?
actually. I honestly, I have that in the bag. I brought
Makes travelled light, but he's got a switch, he's got Agent Earth, he's got a hip flask. That is the Black Barrel hip flask that came with my bottle of Black Barrel.
that was that I got to keep. I was allowed to keep. It was sent to me because of that, and that's all I wanted. And I had that. I put Black Barrel in it yesterday.
Yeah, that is swanky.
It was a ball ache to get it in there.
Yeah, it's very narrow, isn't it?
Yeah, I had the funnel for it. The problem is the funnel sat too tight, so I had to hold it slightly higher.
I've got a very tiny funnel somewhere for my hip flask.
I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, no, it's really this is Jameson's. Jameson's Black Barrel is also charred, but it's also quite mellow and not fruity, but very sweet.
Yeah, it's not. You'd sort of expect from a charred one maybe have a little bit of bitterness.
And smoke, lots of smoke.
But yeah, maybe a bitterness or something that's a little acidity.
Yeah,
but
and there isn't. There's none like that. I mean, it does indicate some pepper, but no. Meg has 6 arms to carry all the stuff and things.
Well,
true, but Meg tried to carry light and got done dirty by cold wind and 2.5 hour delays.
Yeah.
When he couldn't leave the train station.
Yeah, nah, we're not
he couldn't leave the train. Apparently, a tree had fallen on the tracks. And I was like, bitch, you've done this before when a leaf hit the tracks.
Yeah. I have legitimately been on a train and I've had to get off the train because, and I quote, it is too hot.
I've had to get off a train where it hasn't stopped at a train station because the train died. And I was like, no, because it's fucking cold outside. I was just coming back from university for like Christmas or something. I'm not getting off the train. I think no one left the train. They forced us off and then they moved it along eventually and got us a new one. We're like, that's not how this works. We now have to get to a train station. You had to pull a bus in to get us to a train station. And we missed the train because you were too slow. You silly bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I love British Rail.
Yes, well, no difference. Shall we move on to the next whiskey of the stream?
We could indeed.
This one's going to be interesting because this one has bits in it. This is Johnnie Walker Green Label. Now, I should say, the green you see on the screen is the modern Johnnie Walker Green. It is not the same. Just run your finger on the inside. That's what you have to do. Do you want me to show you?
Quite a thick foil.
Do you want me to do it? Because you can just twist it off.
Yeah, I think I've started to get it.
Anyway, yeah. This is the newer design, which is a newer formula as well. Johnnie Walker Green for a time was discontinued, and when that happened, both of us agreed that was the single dumbest thing they'd ever. Oh, has he got it? Does Meg need to do it?
Meg might need to do it.
Okay, you talk for a second.
Oh, yeah, this was one of our favourite drinking whiskies, and then all of a sudden it was like, where did it go? Oh,
there you go. For a second.
It's a very small bottle and a very small cork. We may not get much.
Oh. Hang on. Can't be having that.
There we go.
No, not good enough.
It's better. It's not bad for a 20 CL, to be fair. Oh, but that hits better.
If you had a Bushmills, I would have gone with that because that has a better cork.
Yeah,
not the screw top.
The original screw top. Yeah.
Anyway, yes. So
it has pot roast. Excellent.
John, who has?
She's roasting her pot.
Oh. So well, I mean, some people like pot. I'm not really into it myself. Yeah. So we're not drinking the Johnnie Walker Green you see on the screen because that's mine, and well, we didn't think to include this because Dave has 2 bottles, a 20 cl and a full-size bottle, unopened, of the OG Green.
Yes, the problem I have is I'm trying to see if I can find a tasting notes.
Well, we can talk
green.
The new one. We can talk about the tasting notes for the current green, though, can't we?
We can. Yeah, it would be nice to have the original
Sure.
But yeah,
I mean, it might be on the box. We'll go get the box.
yeah, it's in the original, isn't it? Yeah.
You talk to chat.
So I've got the tasting notes for the more modern green, which is going to be interesting because it's just a paragraph. It's not separated up, so I have to manually do that. But yeah, we used to like drinking this. We'd sit and drink it, and
Bad
yeah.
news.
Oh,
It tells us about the whiskies on the back, though.
yeah, there's quite a bit of information on the box. Green.
Oh, that might be handy for the stream that might do it. I'm going to lift this light up because it appears to have fallen.
Yeah, so there's not any real flavour profile on there, but there's notes. There's notes. So we'll go with the we'll see if there's a story first. The owner says pot roast. Good for that.
I'm not going to judge what you put in your mouth.
It says one of those harder to find whiskies. Johnnie Walker Green Label is a 15-year-old blended malt which was awarded an impressive 95 points in Jim Murray's 2010 Whisky Bible.
Why did they cancel this? I don't get it.
Perhaps it's because it was like anything in America where Americans cancelled it because it was too clever or too good for them. So, Johnnie Walker Green. This is made up of several interesting whiskies, two of which names you'll recognise, and one of which you'll definitely recognise why. So the first one, which is there for its wood smoke, pepper, oak, and rich fruits, which resonate from this malt courtesy of Sky's only distillery. This is, of course, Talisker, which introduces a power and character that explodes on the palate. Next up is one that I don't think either of us have ever had. Probably, well, I don't think we ever have.
I saw the name and I think you're right.
A distinctive Speyside malt whisky that provides Green Label the whole garden of fruit and flower scents and the cedar wood finish. This is Linkwood.
So I've heard of Linkwood.
Yeah.
We both have. Oh no, hang on. We've had a sample, haven't we?
I don't think so.
I think we have in one of the smaller box sets mixed thing. I don't have samples. They've all got destroyed and recycled. Then, let's say we haven't.
We don't believe we've had that one.
Can't be certain. The next one I definitely have.
The next one, responsible for Green Label's exceptional malty taste and hints of sweet wood smoke and sandalwood. Cragganmore is a sweet and fragrant Speyside whisky.
So I've never had it, and I'm going to say now, the name does not sell me.
No. So far we have a whisky from the Isle of Skye. We have two Speysides, and then we have this one. This special malt, Isla's best kept secret, what? Provides notes of rich fruit with drying sea salt and peat smoke, contributing to the natural intensity of Green Label.
Fill me.
With Kalila.
So I don't own a bottle of this, but Dave does, and we've had a glass of it. I have at least one anyway.
Yeah.
But Dave has a bottle. I will admit.
I have two if you include that Black Friday Master Malt.
Sure. Yeah. We'll include it. But yeah, Dave has some of the Islas I don't have. I have one or two he doesn't. For example, I have all the Bunnahavens. He does not have any. But he has Lagavulins. He has some odd Lefroigs. He has odd because they're not age statement based. You have
got the Oak Select.
Yeah, you got Oak Select, which is just Select, and Quarter Cask. Yeah, I mean, if he could, he'd get Law as well.
Yeah.
And he's got Kalia, he's got Lagavulins. I don't have any Lagavulins
anymore. You did. You had a 20cl at one point for the
long time ago. That didn't last long.
So we have a paper towel to make right here.
Dave is it. Well, yes. That is an absolute excellent. I love these 20cl bottles because these are fantastic. Also, the fact is here on the bottle, the art of pure malt. The thing is, this is a blended malt.
Yes.
Very key distinction here. You get single malts, you get blends, you get single grains, you get blended malt. Triple distilled as well. You get others that are non-chill filtered. This is very important. A blended malt is derived from multiple malts put together to create the perfect flavour profile. And the age statement is what really sets it apart.
Yeah, so
I won't lick this.
Which is interesting because Talisker don't do a 15 as standard.
No, but I think
Kalila don't do a 15 as standard.
I would surmise there is a baseline age for all of them, and then they're aged from that number onwards.
Yeah.
But then why did they discontinue it? I don't get that.
I mean, unless it was step based, but
I was led to believe it's ingredients.
yeah, it could be the inability to get the whiskey. Because I mean, to be fair, Linkwood,
I know nothing of them.
that's not a
Them-
big distillery.
Them and I mean, Crag and Moore I've heard of a few times.
Yeah.
The obvious two, there's plenty to go
Yes.
around. Yes,
Yeah,
there is enough Talisker for everyone.
but
How much Talisker do you have, Dave?
Yes.
How much Talisker do I have?
Yes.
Thank you. I have obviously the more collectible ones, but oh no, you have one as well.
But yeah, they're all aged at least 15 years before they're blended into.
Is that how they do that?
Yeah.
I
Each
didn't-
whiskey is aged at least 15.
So that's
Before
what
it's
I
mixed.
didn't know that. I was excuse me, wine. I was very sorry about that.
That's two, actually.
Shut up. I think I was you should send me at the train station. I was literally still on the platform at my one,
Yeah.
yawning every 2 seconds because I was so bored, so
Yeah.
cold, and I was just like, "Go f yourselves." I could go to sleep right now. Okay, so, yeah, I'm a little bit, but it's fine because we have at least another 4 different drinks to go through,
We
and
have many to drink.
yes,
yeah.
we do, and a lot of things to talk about because there's so many good things to
Yeah.
discuss.
I remember. I used to remember one of my favourite memories of Jonathan Green is watching Studio 60. In fact, when it was on TV back in the day,
It's a good
I
show.
would sit there with a packet of gently infused lime and Thai spice sensations crisps, a glass of Johnnie Walker Green, and Studio 60 on the TV. And that was a very, very pleasant and enjoyable way to spend an evening.
I was not part of this.
No, you weren't, but that was one of the ones I enjoyed, just because it seemed to work really well together. Unfortunately, not MJ. You'll just have to put right a number 2 in the chat.
Yeah, I've done it for you.
There you go.
Yes, so Johnny Walker Green, you don't have the tasting notes for the OG, do you, really?
No, I have
Okay, so
what I can find.
we are going to instead do the tasting notes for the current green when it was repackaged, given slightly more modern, squarer bottle, which I like more.
Mm.
Although, to be fair, the modern, squarer bottles are just a rip-off of the best Johnny Walker they've ever done.
Yes.
They had to, because they had to make it all look the same, make it look classier.
Yeah, they are. They're a very nice looking bottle. To be fair, they do. It does work
yeah.
as a design, doesn't it?
But I would say,
You don't say yours has got the symbols on it, which is the same as this one with the awards symbols on it.
yeah, they got a dab.
Yeah.
They need it, though. I mean, to be fair, Johnny Walker, so the price thing for this, we should also mention. Red label we can get for 20 quid sometimes. Black, sometimes 20, mostly 30. Double black, about 35
to 40.
Yeah? And green sits 40 to 45.
46, 47.
Oh, really? I saw it in Tesco 45.
Okay.
Sometimes it's on sale there for like 41.
Yeah.
So we are trying to go up a little bit in price on purpose. The next bunch, when we get beyond this, is going to.
Should we pay more for that?
Which one? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never paid for it. There's a birthday thing, remember?
Yeah.
Although if it's going up in value, I'd be very impressed.
It's gone down, I think.
I would like to get another one just so I could open one of them.
Yeah. Well, it's gone down, I think. So
Maybe not
not
that
much. Anyway,
Anyway.
we'll digress. Johnnie Walker Green. So
Yes.
the nose is quite rich and full. There are notes of mochaccino and espresso coffee, wood smoke, and a
Mhm.
fireplace. Touch of bitter chocolate and oat. So no berry.
I'm very disappointed because I thought I smelled berries. Member berries.
You and your berries.
I remember. You remember? It could be the moist bod. If only it was the
Yeah,
moist.
night what goes moist.
Moist. We only do that over the top, of course, for donations. So if you have time to watch, you have
Yeah.
time to donate.
It's here now as well, so we can make her suffer if that helps with your desire to donate.
That sounds like a lot of effort. Right, I'll put the chat up so I can see this. There we go. I've got that on my end. Perfect. Right. Anyway, yes. Should we have a sip of this, by the way?
See, I'm getting like some fruitiness as well.
Yeah.
from those.
Cheers. I would never mix this. So for me, the palate is almost not muted, but it's kind of not. This one doesn't feel as in your face as the predecessors. More subtle. The finish, though, hits a little bit harder. Squeaky, the anime freak, hi, and thank you for the happy belated birthday. I appreciate that, and happy birthday to you when your birthday comes by. Say happy birthday to Squeaky.
Pink Carlo, hit buy. Happy birthday, Squeaky.
Triple cut. Oh, he's getting
He's got the triple black.
He's getting triple blacked. I want that bottle. I was the one that found it. I was going to buy it, and Dave was like, he was so lucky I didn't because he got a sample of it in a sample box. He's like, I wanted you to try the sample set first without buying it because I found the sherry one as well.
The official rules of a stream are when we find something that's a good deal and say buy, you must buy, as was what happened with the Pandera.
And then you must follow it up with the following word. Bosh. You got like that.
Oh, that's an even better time though, MJ. $100. What's that in real money?
Depends which currency.
Well, they put an American dollar.
Could be Zimbabwean.
Or Australian, possibly.
Vietnamese. Dong. Anyway, Johnnie Walker Green is a sipping whiskey. It can be a drinking whiskey. Obviously, we don't have the comparison of my Johnnie Walker Green with his Johnnie Walker Green.
£78.
I would say, for the sake of it, Johnnie Walker Green. I have had over the last 5 years 2 bottles. The first one did not last long for me because that was during lockdown before you were back in our lives a bit more. And I was very bored, and I just thought, well, I'm streaming more. I need to do something. That green looks a bit full to me. Whiskey Prime.
Canadian dollars.
I know. I'll be going to Whiskey Prime, a local place. All the whiskey. Oh, really? No. For my birthday, I got a bottle of Macallan Night on Earth: The Journey, which straight up tasted like a London cheesecake. Talking coconut.
£58. That's not bad. Triple cast Johnnie Walker.
No, to be honest, that's only slightly more than what we pay for it.
Yeah.
About 45 for triple cask.
Yeah, so that's not too bad.
If I do replace my blacks, I'd get the sherry cask first.
Or the Lowland, if you can find it.
Or the Speyside. I'd rather get the 12 sherry first, though, because I can get it. And obviously, I would love to get the triple cask. I'd love to get the Speyside and Lowland if I could. The Lowland, obviously. But I would open those. Because why wouldn't they're just too good not to? The thing is, that would be very expensive, but a very fun evening of doing shots. You can say
might be quite a short stream. Half an hour in, we've done 8 shots. Yeah, we're done now. Bye.
Now, feck that. Feck the stream. It'll be a YouTube short.
YouTube short. 5 minutes later.
No. It'd be random cuts of the bottle as it slowly diminishes, and all the empty shot glasses around it. Just like freeze frames. A minute later, the bottle's gone.
I'm sure between us we have enough shot glasses.
And then all you have is a phone with 911 on it.
Yeah. Hi, do you do stomach pumping?
Do you like rye? I don't mind it as much. It just depends how it's served.
Yeah.
Rye is a tricky... Oh, sorry, I moved that. Because when I was watching Johnny English, I was lounging across.
This is what you had on. I could hear something. I was like, this doesn't sound like friends.
I turned it off. I was like, nah, Johnny English, mate.
Yeah.
No. I don't... Rye is very brutal, I've found. It can be. Jura do an American rye finish 14-year-old. I've had a glass. Very nice. Jack Daniels do a rye single barrel. It tasted like complete and utter failure in my mouth. There are other ryes that exist I'd like to try. For example, there's a whiskey. It was on my list, actually. I'm not sure if it'll stay there or not.
Rye Law.
That's the one that's on my list. Because they now have it in a metal gift tin.
Apparently, that's quite highly rated, isn't it?
So there's a metal gift tin now you can get with it in the whiskey shop. Yeah. And I was seriously considering it. I've replaced it with something else that I think is more practical. Although the number of times I've Tippexed over the same line changes. Because honestly, I've got these Tippex rollers. I've gone through one because I kept changing it. I've settled on one, and I'm like, actually, you know what? I can settle on this one because I'm not looking for a collection this year.
So basically, please donate to coffee. Make these more Tippex.
I got it reduced in Tesco. Three of the roller packs, like 24p each. I was like, yes. I like Tippex because I like making mistakes. I've seen Rye Law. I'd like to try that, but that's gone up in price. When I saw it in August last year, it was like 80 quid, and that's 105. It matches the extra duty charges and taxes. It's a bit of a pain in the arse.
Yeah, there's a problem.
Too far away.
Anyway, shall I read the palate notes?
Let's do.
So.
I know smoky, sweet.
This one as well.
It's very sweet. Creamy, almost.
The palate is of medium body with notes of crisp cereals, coffee beans, and chocolate. A date note with a touch of walnut.
I'm sensing a theme here.
The finish is quite long and spicy with honeyed sweetness and oak.
You know what this go really well with?
Don't tell me dark chocolate hot pot.
That's a dip.
That's a biscuit for dipping.
That's it. That's the quote. I knew you knew it. I was trying to say it and I thought,
Marines of SAS of the biscuit world.
that's a piece of cake, isn't it?
Yeah.
You do a pretty good northern accent.
That's because I've got a pretty good PK. That's basically all it is. I had one where I liked the Hemingway one. It was aged in rum barrels.
Rum though adds a lot of sweetness, doesn't it? It's not criticism, by the way. It's just we've noticed a lot of the rum finishes add this sweetness that just takes away a lot of the bite.
I know what it's going to be more.
Are you getting a biscuit? After 8. I didn't realise we were doing that. We were meant to crack out the Kendallman as well.
I look at that.
Oh. Am I the big spoon tonight? Oh dear. No, this is really I like this whiskey. I am not eating that with this. That's going to ruin my palate.
Do it the last bit.
I'll do it on the last bit. I'll do it on the last bit.
You
At least open it first. That's not how it opens, you Steve.
It's stuck to the first paper as well, which doesn't help.
Yeah, it's a weird tube.
It does open at the end, so it's how I opened the last one.
Yeah, it opens like that, perhaps. Oh my god. David's being foiled by plastic.
Foiled by foil.
It's not
No
foil.
We have after 8s to go with. What we do need to do, though, is because this one is the first one of the night we're drinking that has an age statement on it.
Oh, well, no. Yes, actually, you're right. 'Cause we didn't do the black. Oh, I did do the black.
Double black is.
Am I doing it or you?
No, age statement. Would you like to, or would you like me to?
Why have you got the calculator on?
I don't know.
I feel like you may have just done a fail there, Dave.
Maybe.
Alright, I'll do it. Oh,
Okay.
I just remember to turn my alarm off. Mine's at 5 a.m.
Yes, please do.
You know,
Neither of us need to be up at 5 tomorrow.
I haven't slept beyond 6:30 in about 6 months. All right.
Right.
Actually, because my alarm went off at 6:30 when I was here as well in August. All right.
Phone
Go on.
return. So Meg is now going to do the taste test. This is where, well, the age statement taste test, where we hold it in our mouths for the length of time, 1 second per year. So Meg is doing 15 seconds. We're up to 10. And we are seeing how the flavour develops on the palate. And I'm being nice to him. That is 15 seconds. I have not been arse and made him do it for like
Tell you
24
what.
seconds.
It's almost a chili-esque quality in the heat build-up on the palate, but it's very welcome. It's not like, oh my god, pain, tealing red wine finish. No, this is welcome.
So it's not paint stripper.
It's sweeter. There's more of a pronounced coffee flavour, though, a little bitterness.
Yeah.
But that's coffee that feels incomplete, like it needs a creamer, you know? No, I'm doing that.
Here's rubbing his fingers together.
Cream.
I feel like I should try this.
You might want to get your clock out, because... Clock?
Clock?
Hello?
Save that other one for later.
Hello? The tiny, whiny thingy doodah. Not the tallywhack. I want to be monetized. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. Stick a big fat dick in your mouth. If I tickle him, because I know he's ticklish, I'm tickling him, he's actually ticklish as well. He is ticklish as well. Oh, how was that, Dave? This gets better when you find out Dave's actually ticklish and I was tickling him.
It genuinely was.
Not much, I was like just trying to poke you a little bit.
It caught at the top of my mouth as I tried to swallow it.
Yes. Oh, really? Hooey. It does build up in heat, though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It's a very nice. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I see what you mean about the coffeeness. There's that kind of slightly bitterness to it. The coffee and chocolate makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. If only we had some coffee chocolate to go with it. Oh wait, you already got the liqueur. Some vodka cream.
That's a coffee rum.
I'm not doing a coffee rum with whiskey, man. I'm not doing that. MJ, seems like the alcohol's kicked in. No, I was just toying with him. We're all good.
Yeah, no, he was legitimately tickling me while I had
hello, Bassinjay owner. Hope you're well and joining back beyond. Well, I've made it to Norwich at least. Well, not in Norwich at the moment, technically, am I?
Yeah, we're still in Norwich.
Yeah, just about Ring Road.
Well, it's outside the outer ring road, but we're inside the.
Okay. Well, I'll allow it. To those who are joining, please remember to smash the like. Thank you. I like this. It's a nice drinking, sipping whiskey. I would have this to me is the entry. If you're going to pay a reasonable amount of money to have a sipping whiskey, start here because this is a decent price. Because if I pay, I will say, if I'm given the choice between this and something else in this price range, I'll probably choose Talisker 10. But I'm not going to say no if the Morangi 10 is shown. I'm not going to say no if the Lefroy 10 is shown. This being a 15 and being around that price range seems right.
Yeah.
But this one's definitely more of a sipper. So I'm quite happy to just give it a bit of time and just enjoy it.
Yeah, it goes down very well with the afternoon.
Has it? I'll have to try. I've got a little bit left. I'll do a yellow swag fan to do it.
Yeah, it's one of the things I've had before. I've done it before. It's out and after.
Have you?
It's been
You mix,
very fun.
I've never really. Yeah, I'm not really someone to mix things, but I will admit, I don't. I like the novelty of trying.
Which I did that photo for the gram with the hibiki with the popcorn,
Yeah.
and actually that was really nice.
Was that Harmony?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was the popcorn that came with the Singleton digital drams pack.
I remember because those popcorns were good.
Yeah, I've still got one bag of it. I should probably eat it. It's probably
The white chocolate raspberry ones.
that was one I had with the hibiki.
Yeah, that was good.
That was lovely.
The other one's a pepper one, I believe.
Yes, that's what
That's really nice. Goes well with the smoky whiskey. maybe double black. Maybe it would suit it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Although I'd probably go with something a bit maybe. I don't know, no, actually, no, that would work. Yeah. Do you think? Just a question to you. Do you think the double black is worth the cork?
I mean, it is more of a sipper.
That's a sipping whiskey, that there. Trying to think of the Peter Kay quote and trying to work it into sipping whiskey instead.
Oh, that's a whiskey for sipping.
There you go, that's it. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it is. If you could do me a
Yeah.
favour and lose that god awful
Yeah, it has a pourer.
Because
Yeah.
that pourer, you have to have the vertical bottom nearly perpendicular.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Yeah, completely like the wrong way round, and you can't guarantee the measure. You feel like you wasted some whiskey accidentally.
Yeah, we
because
did.
of it.
Just had to get it vertical to get it start pouring out, and then I was too slow the first time to get it back.
Yeah,
Because
it's
of
not
how fast
ideal
it
in the
was
slightest. Okay, well, I'm going to yellow swag fan this. I'll
Okay.
take one of these so I have it ready.
I will. My very small amount.
That was barely a shot.
No, mine was barely a Meg's it. Meg is currently attempting Johnnie Walker Green, Yellow Swag Fan, and After Eight.
No, it's a good chaser. Yeah. Okay. Well,
we have Meg approval of the
I will say
Green After Eight.
of the two we've done so far, this is one I don't believe should be shot.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's worth that. I tried the double black just before the end of the year. First time, and it was pleasantly surprised. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Unless your pleasantly surprise is I hated it.
Yeah.
We've always liked double black ever since Dave's parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got me a bottle. Did you get it for me, or did you give me one of your spare ones?
No, I got a bottle, and you didn't have it, and I bought you a bottle.
Yeah, because that was my birthday whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good whiskey.
And you liked it, and you couldn't get it. So
it had the word black on it. Of course, I liked it. Once you go black, everyone. Art's imitating life, of course. Right.
Better than black grouse. I mean, there's one key word in that, which is why it's better. And that would be grouse.
A smoky grouse isn't horrendous. Dave's got a bottle. They've got a bottle for Christmas, actually.
Yeah, from your dad, I think.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. I got Penderyn Legend, and to be honest, I had a sample of the black grouse. He tried it first. He liked it. I liked the ruby one more. I thought the port finish was better. But still, they do better versions of the standard. Maybe one day we'll do a shit whiskey stream and then talk about the fact that some have redeeming whiskies. For example, Grant's is generally crap, but they do triple wood 12-year-old, which is actually really nice.
Glenfiddich 12 is...
It's not a shit whiskey, shut up. It's not shit whiskey, you just don't like it. Like, I don't like your whatever Speyburn you have.
Yeah, the brand they're
It's the same thing. It's just, yeah. And yes, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should. We have posted, I have anyway, a more recent picture of a Lefroy thing.
Our lordships of Lefroy.
Yes, we are lairds, I believe that's the word, isn't it?
Laird, yes.
Laird. That's a terrible word. We are lords. This is Lord Big Nose. and I'm Lord Big Shoulders. I'm Lord Strong. Okay. Should we get to the next whiskey on the list? The next one is
So
not a drink.
in Scotland, caber tossing is a thing. If you relate that to us, I'm the caber and Meg tosses me.
Oh.
And there's another clip for Yankee.
Oh. Acceptable, but not nowhere near worth. I agree. Actually, I don't think any grouse they've ever made. They've got a really high age statement grouse, and I'm just looking at it thinking, I can't believe that doesn't have a cork on it. Are you really going to try and charge me £400-500 for an old grouse that doesn't even have a cork on it? If someone offers me a 25 or 30-year-old whiskey and it doesn't have a cork on it, I'm not buying it. It's got to be properly packaged. It's got the box. The presentation is key, of course, and it's very important. But when it comes to the quality, if you get a really old whiskey and it's a screw top, you're already telling me your whiskey's a rot gut. Although Irish whiskies are the exception here, but they do genuinely produce something so smooth it doesn't last long. It really doesn't. And there are some rot gut whiskies out there that have corks that don't deserve it, hence the name of this series, Not Worth a Cork. A throwaway term that's become our thing.
I should have put my official uniform top on.
Oh, you're the only one that fits.
Yeah.
Anyway, next on the list are an assortment of whiskies, and Dave's going to have a bit of a right palaver doing this one because there are 6 whiskies on the screen. They're all from my collection.
Not least because of the timing and everything. We also don't have the swerves from my collection.
Yes, but we can talk about those as well while we're doing this if you like.
Yes, what have we got for right?
So these swerves are. We'll do it from right to left, yeah, because that's a bit.
Oh, that's just
Get right.
Right.
Well, it makes sense. First up is Johnnie Walker Sweet Peat. There it is. Johnnie Walker Sweet Peat is one of the Blender's Batch experimental whiskies they released, and there are still some available you can get. I can get cheap on Amazon. Oh no! It's cheaper there. No, check Amazon. Anyway, Sweet Peat is the name gives it away really, a sweet peat whiskey. The funny thing is, because there's still some available, they have more. Yeah.
Oh, they're buying options.
Anyway, it's a very nice, welcoming one. To the point like when Dave and I cracked one open ages ago, and I had a few glasses of it, and I loved it. I managed to get Dave over, and he tried it, and he was like, he needs a bottle. Did he buy one? No, but he sure as fuck helped annihilate mine because it went down really. I mean, yes, of course, it's quite frankly exquisite. What are you looking for?
Pretty much is on where we're going on Wednesday.
They don't have it today. Do they have it?
I thought I put it on my list. Apparently not.
Okay. Well, Dave's going to get the tasting notes in a second, so you can all, when he's finished finding what he's looking for anyway. The Sweet Peat edition is the most available. They've done rye as well, which I can't get my hands on. They've done directors. They've done some other versions.
Available from 22 shops. Bosh.
Yeah, but is the Norwich one of them?
I mean, there's only 23 shops, so I'm hoping so.
Okay. Well, anyway, your basket is massive.
Yeah.
Does Dave want to get to the
maybe
tasting notes?
Maybe overcompensating for my bank balance.
Well, yes, it's not ideal right now. Would you like to get the tasting notes up so people can...
I have the tasting notes.
Oh, please tell everyone about the Sweet Peat.
So, Smoke Meets Sweet in Sweet Peat from Johnnie Walker, a limited edition experimental blended Scotch whisky. The core of Sweet Peat features whisky from Kalila and sherry matured Glendullan, in a similar vein to a peaty deliciousness that is the Johnnie Walker Black Label.
So before you continue with that, this is the only, it's only 50 cl. They're experimentals, that's why. They also don't come in the box. Their presentation is very much based on the experimental format. You notice the one on the left of that is a different label. Yeah, because it's a different experiment. This is the only whiskey, the Sweet Peat Johnnie Walker, that I got my older sister to dip her finger into the bottle and try. This is not the bottle in question, though. It was the very first one I bought. And she sniffed it, didn't understand it, put a little finger in, put it in her mouth, and smacked me right around the mush. In front of a friend of the family, she just went, I was like, so you didn't like it then, no?
Bitch, get some taste buds.
Honestly, that's what she said to me. And I'm like, you drink Baileys.
Hey, Baileys is fine. I have 2 bottles of it in the fridge.
Not the point, you shit. I'm going to be back in a second.
No.
You carry on with... Yeah.
So yeah, I do want a bottle of this. I have failed to so far get around to getting a bottle of this, but as it appears that it could be available in the whiskey shop, this could well be added to. Well, it has been added to Virtual Basket, which is my list. It could well be added to my expenditure come Wednesday. Although I really need to narrow down my list because my list is currently over £2,000 and I have about a tenth of that to spend. But it doesn't hurt to look unless you hit buy or accidentally bosh. But yes, we have had this before. We both very much enjoy this whiskey. Unfortunately, we don't have any with us tonight. None of the ones on the screen are here available for us to try tonight. So unfortunately, no, I am younger than. It depends on you. I am younger than Meg, and Meg is the second oldest in his family.
Can confirm I am the second oldest, although I've been told sometimes I do look like the youngest and act like the youngest, which makes a lot of sense. But no, I am 38. My older sister is nearly 40.
Yes, and she's very much looking forward to her bouncy castle for her birthday.
Which you won't be there for. Which is
No.
a shame, because I would have RKO you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You'd be on there like bouncing around, and I'd be
To be
like,
fair, I'm going to be in Florida, so if you RKO me, it'll really be out of nowhere.
actually, I could fly out there, and I know exactly where you are as well. I'd be like, there he is, Paul. Give your parents a call, be like, can you just make sure he's right by the there, right there. Meg, I can walk. By the way, I have a bit of a gift for disappearing and appearing in random places. I could sneak up on him and he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Even for someone of my size, I could literally RKO him out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he would get RKO'd out of nowhere. There is his massive shorts and no shirt and his hole in his chest. And then there's me, RKO, in the pool. And then needing to be saved by a lifeguard because I can't swim.
And there's me who can swim and can life save in a pool, RKO'd, and therefore having to tap out, or not tap out, but
Hi. Although, to be fair.
Anyway, I didn't read the tasting notes while you weren't there.
Oh, please do so. I have an ad. Who the hell gives me ads on streams?
That's on YouTube, probably.
That's impressive.
So, Sweet Pea, on the nose, the warmth of caramel and spices combined with the fresh smokiness of fruit around a campfire.
Yeah. It's a beautiful.
Yes. Palate, sweet and indulgent caramel and fudge, married with charred tropical fruits.
Yeah.
Finish with ripe apples and oranges, followed by a rounded smokiness that stays with you after the last sip.
I'm somewhat surprised they've not included some Singleton in this, because Singleton, as they get older, they add a lot more tropical flavours to the profile, and this sort of has that quality to it. And I would say that just because this one is still available, does not mean that it's not as popular. It's just that the batch for this is bigger because they knew people would want more of it. And where people don't want it as much is because the bottles aren't as big. But that applies to all the others. It's just the others were released before this.
I wish an issue because I'm trying to find the tasting notes for the next one.
Yeah, good luck with that because I didn't buy it off them.
No, it's also discontinued.
Good luck with that. So the next one is the Blender's Batch, much like Sweet Pea, Roast Espresso. Now this one's a strange one because Dave and I have done a little drinking thing with a friend of the family with coffee flavoured or inspired drinks. And this one is considered the weak one in comparison to all of them, but it is not a weak one by any stretch of the imagination. Because its flavour takes time to unlock. It is the very first post. Yeah, I know. It's not worth. I paid 25 quid for it. Dave, would Dave like to tell everyone what you've just done?
Dave has been looking for tasting notes.
You found them?
Dave has found. No, I haven't. I just found it. Dave has found this bottle for sale. It's £500.
I bought this bottle when it was still available for 25 quid, and it's about a third gone. Now, we could regurgitate the rest up and buy a new seal for it. They'll never know. But I would say, before Christmas, I gave a dram of this to the guy who does the decorating of the pub I clean. He's a big Johnnie Walker fan, mostly drinks Irish whiskey because he's old. And he said he knows it's worth £400 now, but it's not worth, it is worth 25, 30 quid. It is not overly complex. It's not a great whiskey.
No.
It's not a great Johnnie Walker either, really. but it's a good experimental, which is what it was, wasn't it? Blender's batches were experiments like the rye one, which did not resonate at all, so they made less of it.
Yeah.
So what have you found?
So I have found some tasting notes. So Johnnie Walker's Blender's Batch Espresso Roast is the fruit of long-term efforts of a small group of distillers. Recent winner of the International Spirits Challenge 2017 Rising Star Award. Composed of distillates aged in both new and refill barrels.
Right.
Real character, however, was given by the use of grain roasted to a darker colour than ever before, added to the grist in the right proportion.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. On the nose, cinnamon. Oh, he's turning the alarm on.
I do too.
Make sure to turn it off and watch on your other phone as well. It's okay.
Wearing this watch. I didn't bring it with me. We're all good.
So on the nose, cinnamon, chocolate truffle, soft smoke, and chicory coffee.
Chicory.
Taste, vanilla, dark chocolate,
Yeah.
espresso, fudge, and malt.
So when Dave and I had a glass of this, I've had a few actually, and I say I've had a few because it's the reason it's my first Instagram on the Not Worth the Cork one. It's the first one because I sat there with the nose in glass. I sat in the cabin on my own. I just sat there like playing a video game that I want to complete. I just sit and zone on my own. I got it, okay.
Yeah.
And I finally got there, but it took a lot of effort to work to get that coffee.
Yeah.
It was a lot of I was sat there for a good hour trying to work this out to find it.
We sat and drank as the three of us just the coffee alcohol we had, didn't we? And
I think the coffee alcohol's
probably the weakest of the coffee.
It was because it is. I think this one is a blend. It's an experimental, clearly, but to be honest, the weakness of it came across like some of the weaknesses of the experimental Glenfiddichs, where some of them don't. There's like two of them at least don't hit the mark.
Yeah.
And this one doesn't really hit the mark unless you can sit there and have a concerted look for it. And that's where it was weak because the coffee drinks we'd had otherwise were a coffee rum liqueur.
Yeah, we had
a coffee rum liqueur.
We had
a coffee vodka liqueur.
Yeah, we had the AU coffee. We had the Kraken
roast espresso.
We had the
eight. Your
dark black 8.
Yeah,
Pirates Gold black 8.
Yeah. So we had, and they were. To be honest, the best one of that was the Kraken because that was punch to the face. Have some coffee. Wake up.
I think I have in the cupboard.
No.
Yeah, I think I do. I've got that and the black 8.
Do you have the roast coffee or the espresso or the really high end one?
The one we had.
Oh, because I know I gave that bottle away, didn't I? I gave it to my dad, didn't I?
Yeah, I bought a bottle.
Oh, right. That's right then. Yeah, that was really good though.
But yeah, that was designed as a coffee one.
Yeah.
The coffee whiskey we didn't try, which I have, which we've not opened, or it won't be opened, is the Intense Arabica Macallan.
It's not here, so I can't lick it.
It is also not here, so you can't lick it.
Mostly so I can't lick it, not because he's hiding in a very expensive collection from his parents right under their bloody noses. If the parents happen to hear this, it's hidden in a very obvious place. If you just look in your own fecking house and stop looking at your wine and brushing the dust off it. Seriously. Yeah. How about you stop focusing on the grass being smaller? Okay. He's hidden it under your nose. And his is quite large. It's not that obvious or difficult. Honestly, experimental Glenfiddichs were disappointing. I'd agree, except for I think the IPA was okay. For other IPAs, it wasn't bad. There are other IPA whiskies that have been done, and this one's not bad. The Orchard is not great. The Fire and Cane I've not tried, but I've heard that's not really a good one either. XX though, that one, that packs a little bit of a punch, and that's what I want Dave to drink. Because I do believe he might like that one. Because that's got a bit of a kick in there. I mean, in the sense of, it's taken 20 master distillers to get it right. Obviously, that speaks volumes about how crap Fiddick is. but it does have this potential. And it's quite high ABV, I think it's 47. For a Fiddick, that's quite reasonable. You know, Fiddicks don't normally deviate too much from 40. Like a lot of standard whiskies that sit around the 40% mark, because they want to be more drinkable. What have you got there, Dave?
That's the tasting notes for the next one. Okay,
so next on the list, the middle one, and it's there because it's the biggest one. It is a bottle of Johnnie Walker Gold Label Reserve. Now, hang on, that sucks. I can't get any of those. I'm very sorry you can't get them. Sweet Pete's the easiest to get still, and I'm really sorry you can't get your hands on them. Gold Label Reserve is an oddity.
Yeah.
It's an oddity because, to be honest, it shouldn't exist. Now, my bottle is not the standard Johnnie Walker Gold Label Reserve. Mine is the limited edition bullion bottle.
You've got the gold bottle.
Yeah, literal gold
Yeah.
bottle. And it's scratched on the back, sadly.
Which, let's face it, is worth more than the whiskey inside it.
It would be if the back wasn't
Well,
scratched, yeah.
sure.
But I got it reduced, it didn't matter because the guy did me a favor. Did me a, I mean, he was like, "I sell it to you cheap." I'm like, "Okay, I'll buy it. I'll bosh that." I don't have any gold reserve otherwise, actually, because I think gold is better. So why buy reserve?
Yeah.
Because gold reserve is a strange one. I don't know why it exists.
So, well, it exists because it was launched in 2012 as a replacement for the popular Gold Label 18. It's made from whiskies across Bayside, Islay, and the Highlands and Lowlands.
So four corners except for Campbelltown and
Yeah.
Ireland.
And it is higher in price than the green. It is a no-age statement.
This one, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
Are you going to say it's not worth a cork? I mean, don't we already agree on that?
No. Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, you're going to love what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Yeah, because so we will come on to the reason why this is so terrible later in the stream. But yeah, it has won lots of awards, which is weird. Most of them gold as well, which is more weird. But yeah, it's built around the core single malts from Clynelish, Cardew, Blair Athol, and Cameron Bridge. The only issue I have is the following paragraph. It's delicious neat, but also mixes well, like in serves such as the bespoke Golden Apple created especially for this blend. Although we think for best effect you should drink it while singing Spandau Ballet's classic Gold. That's what we do anyway at Master of All. So this is a whiskey that was made to replace a whiskey we're going to come on to.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It's
We're not in a hurry. We've got
made
lots to go
as
through.
a non-age statement blend,
Uh-huh.
and they've specifically made a cocktail for it.
A lot of distilleries have done that. They stand like Monkey Shoulder, Glenmorangie do it as well. They with the tens and the standard batch 27 Monkey Shoulder. They plug it more as a mixer, and I know why, because it gets more sales up, which is great. Of course, it is for them. I want them to do that, but I am a bit of a purist and don't do mixers. You have a WhatsApp from me, Dave.
No, I do, yes. Well, obviously, there is not worth one. They're popping things.
I need to do the voice for it. Yeah, gold was
Somerset.
Summers. Yeah, it's a power jab. Yes. Well, then Pomona cast.
Not a proper job.
Not a proper job. No, this
Not
is a
worth a
failure of a job. Ooh, are. This one it is worth. It could be argued it is because it is actually all right if you don't treat it as the successor to
If you
gold.
don't treat it as what it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
If it's not called, say, I would say if this was called Johnnie Walker Red Label, it'd be what the version of red that's worth a cork.
Yeah.
It's no age statement. How is this the replacement to 18? And it's entirely based on ingredient. And we'll get to 18 soon, don't you worry, because there are problems with that as well. Oh, there's some blasphemy. But Gold Reserve is all right if you just drink it on its own.
Or apparently as a cocktail while singing Gold by Spandau Ballet.
No, I'm not singing Spandau Ballet shan't.
Right. Thankfully for DMCA Review, we don't need to sing that because
the lyrics.
Gold. That's all I know. I know Chat Cold in Press Points and stuff.
I'm guessing it's in the song track, right? Bless you.
Sorry.
I'm guessing it's in the title. Carlo, at least there are 11 bottles of double black left in the province. Oh, 10 of those belong to you.
Yeah.
Johnnie Walker Blue Label, Blue Ghost and Rare Pityweight Avec is listed at 574. You've got a sample up there.
I mean, Ghost and... what Ghost and Rare do I have?
You have a Ghost and Rare Pityweight, don't you? Up the top, isn't it?
Port Ellen.
Oh, by mistake.
Mine was the Port Ellen, which you cannot get now.
Oh, by the way, I just realised. So on top of having a bottle of red, you have a tiny little sample.
I have a sample of red as well.
Oh, wow. You really do have far too much red.
Yeah.
Out there and not be worth it.
Thankfully, I don't have one.
Well, I can get one smaller. I can go in the 20CL one. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the reserve can be, if we treat it as anything but Gold Label Reserve, it would be fine. What are you reading?
The next comment about pedigree mongrels as no statement.
This whiskey is a mongrel whiskey.
Yes, it is.
By definition of what a mongrel is in dog context, this is what it is. But it's not a bad whiskey. It's just it's unfair to give it the status it has been given to replace something that already sits so far, or well, did sit so far removed from all but
Basically
one,
everything else they do. Yeah.
except for one, which I will admit now. Sure, I'll concede. We'll get to it later. Next to it, I'm gonna do these do them together because but tasting notes for these will be interesting because they're very different. They are the Origins series. There are 4 of them. I only have 2. I have the Johnnie Walker Black Label Highland Origin and Johnnie Walker Black Label Isla Origin. They were purchased off Amazon because it's the only place I can get them, and they are hard to find. I mean, you can get these two still. You can get these 2 still, but the ones Dave went and did something really mad. He got a sample box.
Yeah, there's all the samples on Master Malt.
Yeah, and the samples are on the Instagram, by the way. The samples for these are on the Instagram. And Dave got so many likes on this post, right? I would love to get more of these, right? The Highland, the Isla were delicious. The Lowland, which is impossible to find, was absolutely delectable. The thing is, we did it in alphabetical order, didn't we?
I think
so. It was Highland first, then Isla. And I was like, the Highland is beautiful, nice, citrusy, and it was quite sharp, but it was good. The Isla just tasted like an amazing Isla peated whiskey. And then we got to the Lowland, and it went, do you want some fruit in your mouth? Because we got you. And then Speyside went, I'll see your fruit and raise you Speyside-y sweetiness. And it was an absolute treat. But to add to that, we obviously had the triple black as well, which was like, honestly, I was well and truly blacked. I was blacked 5 different ways, sometimes triple penetrated. It was absolutely. You're trying to find them, aren't you?
Well, yeah, because I managed to get. I got all the samples from Master Malt.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right, I've got Lowland, Isla, Speyside.
Right, no Highland then, no.
No.
Right, we'll do the Isla then.
We got that there as well.
We can do the Highland and Isla. We can talk about the other 2 though, because honestly,
I've got Lowland, Isla, and Speyside as well.
Okay. Well, do you have Highland?
No, that's
okay. We'll start with the Isla, and we don't have the Highland tasting notes. But I do remember, even though we didn't consider any of them weak, of the 4, it was the weakest, only because the flavour was not as pronounced and it was sharper, which is a typical trait of a Highland whiskey that's not as refined. Go on then.
Yeah, so the
Isla, yeah?
The Isla Origin.
Yep.
Iodine on this is nose. Iodine, toffee, orange. You'd swear there was some sherry here, though apparently there isn't.
Okay. Look, I should have brought a sample with me.
There's they have a blog post, I'll check it. Palate. In the mouth, it's peppery with dried fruit, fresh red fruits and honey, with a smoke lingering but not dominating. Meaty and full.
Should have gone on a steak.
Smoked and a little toffee.
Is this the Isla?
That is the Isla, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good whiskey. We enjoyed that because when we put it in our mouths, I remember our response in the VC. We were like,
yes, we did suddenly.
I was sat on the couch in my cabin. And it was good. It was a good evening.
Yeah. So the Speyside.
Yeah.
On the nose, smell is all about fresh fruit, apples and pears.
Yes.
Spiced apple pie quality.
Yes.
On the palate, vibrant and fruity on the palate. More orchard fruit with some toffee and cloves. And finish warm spices, cinnamon, cloves, and lingering apples.
Ooh. It was delicious. I remember. The Lowland and the Speyside are the 2 I want, and I can't get them.
Now the Lowland. Light on the nose, some floral and toffee notes. Palate. What a treat on the palate, though. That is a direct quote. That is not
actually what it says as well. I can see, yeah.
Creamy vanilla, toffee, butterscotch, very smooth and sweet.
Oh yeah.
Then some wood spiciness with pepper and even a little chili. Rich and round. Quite a short finish, vanilla.
King Carlo. Hang on, Cockapoos are nice dogs, except they smell. The reason the breed of that, like Cockapoo, Cavapoo, Labradoodle, Golden Doodle, all that exists because they don't molt as much. They breed with dogs. Poodles don't molt, so they breed them with a dog that does molt, and they don't molt as much. Recommendation for blind press brought you a thumbs up to cancer. Well, I think for the sake of honouring your friend, of course, it should be something drunk on a regular occasion. Um, so a premium blend is not a bad idea. Um, I mean, what would you? What do you like to taste? Do you want something sweet? Do you want something peated, smoky? Do you want something a shooting whiskey? Do you want a sipping whiskey, a drinking whiskey?
105 might be a bit much for the Gold Label Reserve, to be honest, Pincala.
Um, I agree,
But
actually.
yes, it will look like the Blender's Batch ones because the one in the picture is a fancy limited edition.
Yes, yes. And I'll be honest, I'd rather Gold Label Reserve was sold in a 50cl bottle. I wouldn't have so much of it. Yes. In fact, I'd like to replace it. And I wouldn't mind getting 1 litre bottles of these two because you can get them still. And I'm like, well, you've got my attention. It's time to be shown, so watch the. Yes, true. Although a lot of bottles now look like decanters.
Yeah, we do both have a couple of bottles that are
Yeah.
very Cantor-esque.
My January treats ones usually do it, don't they?
Yeah.
The Highland Parks do it.
Yes.
It's just a thing of, I think they've realised now it's not all about just about the quality of the nectar, it's about the quality of the product and how you present the product. She initially intended Fiddick 12. Perhaps not when Dave's here, because Dave doesn't like Fiddick 12. If you're going to go with a Fiddick, perhaps
15.
14, if you can get Rich
Or
Oak.
14, yeah.
The Rich Oak, I've not had the bourbon one, but I have it. It's a very floral one, apparently. 15's fine, passable, of course, although it's given quite horrendous reviews. If you want something peated, Kalila or Lafroig.
Yeah.
You're not going to get your hands on a Lagavulin, they're quite pricey.
No.
Nothing wrong with the Jamesons in there, or an Irish whiskey of any kind, actually.
Yeah.
Or if you really want to go classy, Bell's.
We're going to act like a slob. Oh, the green.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, green's a pretty shit whiskey to put into cancer. Who'd do that? I never did that.
No, you just put all yours in the loft and then lost them.
I didn't put mine in the loft and lost them. I put yours in the loft and lost them. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I only have 2 of the 4 Origin series. I don't have the boxes because I was going to open them. I just never bothered. I do intend to open those eventually, though, to be honest, because I think they're fantastic. But the thing is, I know, like Pringles, once I pop those bottles, it's going to be very hard not to stop.
Yeah.
So I would like to have a replacement for them before I do that. So if I can, I only touched the table once.
Time check. 11 o'clock. Lights out.
And all's well. Anyway, the last one is a part of a Johnnie Walker series for Game of Thrones.
Cast. Lefroy, quarter cast. Yes, go for it.
What I'm hearing here is Proud Basingay. But now the last bottle on the left, far left, because it's a very libertarian bottle. Totally, if you know Game of Thrones, is a part of a trilogy, and I'd love to get the other 2, but they're very hard to find. Of the Song of Fire, Song of Ice, and the White Walker, Johnnie Walker, which is what I have there. Johnnie Walker, White Walker, limited edition, but you can still buy it. You cannot get your hands. They're very expensive. You can find them. Very hard to find. Johnnie Walker, Song of Fire. Very hard to find. Song of Ice. Fire and Ice and White Walker. Dave and I have had in a sample set of test tubes that are now worth over £100. If we hadn't been so hammered and drunk those, we could have kept those and the value would have gone right up. But that there looked like some drinks needed drinking.
Yeah.
And they were proper drinking drinks.
They were in like test tubes.
They were, and they were even more watered down when I realised when I was so hammered I was pouring water into Dave's already watered down or drinking a drink that was already quite mild, ice.
Yeah.
And he got the wrong end of that one. That did it dirty. But yeah, I've got a bottle of the Johnnie Walker White Walker, and it's open. I have 2 glasses. It's one, unlike other Johnnie Walkers, they recommend you put it in the freezer before you serve it. I don't know why, because I've never done it. What have you got to do?
Best enjoyed chilled. Tasting note, colour amber, nose, caramelised sugar and orchard fruit.
You can never tell with the colour, by the way, because that wrapping is you can only tell from the bottom.
Yeah. Taste, complex notes of caramel, vanilla, fresh red berries.
Ooh.
Finish, long lasting, best enjoyed chilled.
We have to stick it in the freezer and do it, aren't we? in the summer or something. There's some blonde there.
There's some blonde there as well, yeah.
How much is that, Dave? The blonde?
31p.
Fuck, that's too expensive. I'm not paying for that. Okay, so shall we move on now to what could be the biggest mistake of our evening? This one's tricky. This one's going to be tricky for you because this one might be harder to find the tasting notes for.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
great.
Okay, so we actually no, because we can use this as an opportunity to talk about the others that you have.
True, yes.
Would you like to tell everyone what other Johnny Walkers you have that aren't on here, not including the XR? Because I think we talk about that at the end, you know.
So
Yeah.
I have a multitude of Johnny Walkers, one of which is a bottle of Johnny Walker Swing. This is in a very fancy decanter-esque bottle. It is originally designed for cruise ships.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bottle that can rock, so that when the ship sways in the waves, the bottle stays upright. I think it's really
Nicely slung beside my tumbler with a bullet. Oh, tumbler and a bullet in it. That's cool. Putting in freezer will also taste some, and well, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. I'm not really. I don't use the freezer much. I've learned to put my bullets in it.
yeah.
Carry on.
So,
Oh, the swings, by the way, beautiful. And we've had a few glasses, and the bottle is
Yes.
actually most half
it
empty.
is most
Yeah,
fairly empty,
well,
yes.
it's wide at the bottom, so I'd say maybe 2/3.
Um,
Although he did that, he did used to be deprived of drinking it by some skank. I'm not going to
Yes.
obviously drop them any more than that, but
The tasting notes on Master Malt are that this bottle of Johnny Walker is named Swing after the rocking motion the bottle makes when pushed. Naturally, this is a collectible
you can get it on Amazon.
item. So we go to Amazon then, see if we can find it.
I'm pretty sure I can find it on Amazon. I could have sworn I saw it on there.
Yes, it is on Amazon.
Yeah, it's 55 quid on Amazon.
Is there any particular tasting notes? Rich golden colour, silky smooth palate with inherent sweetness. The box is not here, which is where most of
No,
the
there's
tasting
might
notes
say
are.
on the bottle because they use
This is this is Johnny Walker's bourbon cask finish.
On the bottle, it has Portugal and mit Farbstoff, Zucker Couleur, some kind of German shite. Exceptionally smooth Scotch whiskey, 40%, 70 CI. Yeah, this bottle was mostly empty, but you need a refill, bud.
Yeah.
Also, hang on, is this a screw? It's a screw top.
It is also a screw top, yeah.
Oh no, it's plastic.
Mega's enjoying the smell.
No, it's a good smell. So that done dirty. It looks nice, but that top looks nice, but it's been done dirty.
Yeah. So another one that I have in the cupboard, I'm not allowed to talk about the XR, right?
Not
so
yet.
I'll move on to the Johnny Walker Quest.
Not Island Green.
Oh yeah, true. So yes, Island Green. So this is the retail travel exclusive that I bought when I was in Malta.
Yeah.
I have not had any, but it was a Johnny Walker. It was a different green. I was like, I'll have that, please.
Bosh.
So yes, Bosch occurred, and I own one. I haven't tried it, but it's based around a similar recipe to the green. So there's some green,
I would
some
assume
smoky. There's some.
when it says Island Green, I would assume whiskies deriving from Island whiskies.
Island Islay, or Isla, rather
Island.
than,
Is it Island?
yeah.
I'm going to quickly have a look on the back and see if you don't mind me checking.
Mega's going to check the box.
Yeah, I don't mind getting extra steps in my legs aren't burning. Yeah, it's fine.
He's just literally get up and down from my sofa.
Yeah, it's a fairly big bottle. It's a litre, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because it's travel again. It's
Okay,
really
so this
travel.
says here, blended, we sought to create a powerful, more intense version, true to the signature malt style, the original, but with greater influence of island whiskies. So, prominence to Kalila from the Isle of Isla. You have Glenellish, Glenkinchie, Cardew, and aromas of wood, smoked pepper, spice mingled with layers of orchard fruit, gentle vanilla, sandalwood, while the flavour experience delivers all the character of a single malt, but with a great depth and complexity amplified by the unique island style. Very nice.
Sounds very nice.
What does the bottle look like?
I think like the green, but bigger. I think.
Oh, it's got a little import label on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big bottle.
And a chunky boy.
Special select release as well. That is a chunk. That's a fat bottle as well. That's a modern bottle as well.
Yeah.
That is a very fat bottle.
So that is quite.
Doesn't have any of that German loser language on it either.
No, well, I think that one was imported. The first one, this one.
Yes, well, we all make mistakes. Do continue.
Probably not going to find tasting notes.
You've got others. You've got explorers and oh no, we didn't talk about that yet. Oh, well, maybe. Well, no, we'll do it when we talk about it.
So one of the bottles I have, which is one of probably the biggest price paid to value ratio difference, is Johnnie Walker Quest. This was initially designed to be above the Johnnie Walker Blue, which we'll come to later. You can still buy it periodically from certain places. Whisky Exchange currently have it for £495.
Is this what you've got?
That is that bottle up there,
The blue one.
the blue one that you can see, yeah.
It's a £500 bottle.
And I bought that for £170.
Only worth 500 though, huh?
So, but yeah,
Interesting. Interesting.
No, sorry, 170 euros. So less in pounds.
So it's worth just that though, huh? Interesting. Interesting.
There's basically no tasting notes, but yeah, it was designed to be above the Johnnie Walker Blue.
Oh, interesting comment. Single malt should never be chilled. In this context, thankfully, none of these are single malts. They are blended malts.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Single malts should never be chilled. Thankfully, Johnnie Walker is a renowned blended malt distillery. And that's one of the things that makes their whiskey consistent. Is that while age statement based, it's also based on a very unique flavour profile. What are you looking at, Dave?
I'm seeing if I've had any tasting notes whatsoever for it. I cannot.
I'm going to look at the box.
So maybe he's getting another steps in.
I wish I had the right watch on.
It is a very awesome looking bottle, to be fair.
It is. It doesn't look cask conditioned, 40%. So that's not what I thought. Oh wow! It literally says just the same thing on the side. That is bland as.
Yeah, if you open the bottle does look quite nice. It's very different from most Johnnie Walker bottles as well.
It's a screw top. It's a screw top.
It is a screw top.
Oh, I like. Maybe very medicinal.
It's more rounded.
750 mil, 75 cl for those who are. The internal protections are minimal. It's mostly on the head. I'm going to be very careful with this one. I don't want to drop £450 bottle and then be told I owe you 40. It might harm my Bosch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, so I also have a couple of other travel exclusives. These are the Johnnie Walker's Explorers Club.
This has a lot of writing on the back.
Yeah, these were initially released. You can buy them periodically. So basically, these were initially released only for duty free. So I acquired some on holiday. So I have the Spice Road, which Meg is currently looking at.
It's also been opened.
It does have a pourer in the top as well.
I'd say that like a.
That one has been opened because that is a very nice whiskey.
You've been done dirty.
Yeah, that one is definitely worth a cork.
Oh, is it?
I don't say the Quest is, but I've never tried it. I don't know. But this one is worth a cork. The Spice Road.
I mean, matured in old oak casks. That would indicate an intention for a strong flavour. Very spicy flavour as well, mate.
Yeah. And the one behind it, I can't remember which one it is. It's in a very fancy green box.
Can you sort this out? Because the insert is annoying me. I will tell you what the insert is, though. If you let me. It is the Explorers Collection, the Gold Root. And that is a shoebox.
This is a very fancy box. The gold. Meg is liking the.
Okay, this is the Explorers Club Collection. The Gold Root is matured in. It's first of all a blend of finest aged whiskies matured in old American oak casks, and carefully selected for luxurious smoothness and vibrant flavour. This has a cork.
Yes,
because I can see the ring on it. That is an exquisite 1 litre, 40%. Oh, that is a beauty, that.
Yeah.
That there is a collecting bottle.
That isn't even the expensive one of the three. We don't have the expensive one of the three, which is the Royal Root.
You got 2 out of 3 though.
Yeah, so these are designed for certain things. So the Spice Road is a place
Might
of
sure
inspiration of the spice trade routes in Asia.
have to tidy that up tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Gold Route is whatever Meg just read out.
It's a vibrant, old if bourbon cask.
Yeah, and the Royal Route is another something to do with like travel and trade and things. But the Royal
Useful.
Route is very expensive.
I'm assuming the box quality increases exponentially because that box on that gold route,
Yeah,
that is something else.
so they
Yes.
they are very nice. Spice Road, I have a couple of bottles of.
I've only ever had red, black, and blue. You know my thoughts on blue and red. Black is the only one I'd ever have again. Again, I think that's a fair. Yeah, I didn't like blue that much at first, but I will admit I have a bit of a bias because of two whiskies coming up. And we do need to get to those actually because we've been going for over 2 hours now.
Don't mind a glass of Johnnie Walker Green. No, very few people do. It's a very good whiskey. Blending is a excuse of not making a good malt in the first place. If it's a blend, yes, these are blended malts, so they use good malts and then mix them together
And age them.
or age them first, then mix them, depending on which process.
It's a semantics argument, but I think there is some validity to it. It depends on your interpretation of what a good whiskey is. And that's something we here are more than willing to accept as a differing point of view. I, for example, am not the biggest fan of single grain whiskies. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but I will drink them. Yeah, now next right. So next on the list,
We are moving on.
number 6 is this. Now this is a mistake,
Mistake.
but not that kind. This is a very unique mistake because I was trying. Sorry, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll happily take that.
I'm going to explain more on the next one.
Well,
how much you like the next one.
Oh yes. To be fair, haven't you got an open bottle?
Open, yes. Empty, also yes.
Oh right. Well, that's nice. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I was trying to find a Johnnie Walker Gold 18 Centenary. I bought this one because it was £108, which sounds like a lot, but actually, to get a bottle of Centenary now costs over £200. I wanted it to replenish my bottle because mine started my whiskey adventures fully. I bought the bottle when I got my first job after leaving university, and I remember buying it with you. It cost me 65 quid. I remember when we
days when it was 65.
I remember when I got it, and we sat down. We sat in my living room. We just started drinking. We're like, yeah, let's get on with this. Let's crack on. But then 10 years later, I still didn't have a replacement. I only had maybe 2 glasses left in it, and I couldn't touch it because I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to lose the essence of the original. So I bought this. But then I opened it and realised something's wrong. First of all, the cork was fucked. But the second was a more obvious problem. And the more obvious problem was this was not the same whiskey.
No.
And I don't know if you. I had Dave sniff it. He agreed with me. So I couldn't mix this with my Johnnie Walker Gold Centenary. And this is where the problem now resides, because this is the OG Gold. This is the original Johnnie Walker Gold label, because the bottle is squarish, but it has some flatter. It's more octagonal than it is, square. It's a vastly more different whiskey. It's not as well known because it was replaced by a successor that we consider of the Golds the greatest. Are you really looking on Master of None?
Well, the starting point, yeah.
You should. I bought it off of Old and Rare. But yeah, if you can find Johnnie Walker Gold,
This is the gold
label 18-year-old. Yeah, if you can find that one,
not the new one.
No, mercifully
not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Not that one. But anyway, yes. So there were 3 golds. There were 3 golds? 2 golds. Oh, no, Gold Reserve, I guess, as well. There is 2 definitive 18-year-old golds and a platinum and a blasphemy. But the blasphemy also happens to be a gold.
I mean, the box is
it's close enough. I didn't get the box.
No, that's the one, the right label.
Yeah, mine didn't come with a box. But we had this. It sells for how much?
175.
It's gone off a bit. Mine is open because I wanted it. Also, I needed to know if it was the right one. It wasn't. But yeah, should we have a sniff of this? Do you have tasting notes at all?
Not on that site, no.
Okay, we're being a bit hamstrung on this one, aren't we? If time wasn't completely against us today, we would have had more time to get these tasting notes sorted. We both apologise for that. But he had a meeting and I was really late, and then he was. We got hamstrung by that. Not you, just the day was terrible. Um, it's very hard whiskey to find anything on. And I don't have the bottle here either.
Try serving frozen. Interesting.
Anyway, should we just have a sniff and do it ourselves?
I think we might have to, yeah.
This doesn't smell as smooth or as like welcoming as the centenary, but it doesn't smell bad.
No.
It's got a bit. My nose decided to malfunction. Okay, thanks for that.
Actually, I'll tell you what that smells a bit like.
What does it smell like?
The red.
Actually, you might have a point. I think it's more refined, but not by much. I'd be very disappointed if this is what the OG gold was, because then it means that I've got a dud. But at the same time, it's not bad because it can just sit there and look good.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, Dad, do you want a mixer? Yeah, mate. I'll get you some gold, mate. Hi, Dad, if you're listening, by the way, we love you.
Yes, the evening mix, Dad.
All right, should we have a sip? This one won't take long, so we'll move on to the next one afterwards. Cheers.
Cheers.
Slightly peated.
Quite fruity.
Yeah, that's better than red.
Mm.
The nose baffles, but the palate welcomes. The finish is short, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's quite nice, actually. It's all right. The nose is deceptive. That's happened before, though, hasn't it? We've got a nose and we're like, that nose isn't great. And then we've gone and had a sip and we're like, hang on,
Yeah.
what's that? I'm calling shenanigans on this. Why didn't they just use other colours? I don't know why. They could have gone with Johnnie Walker purple label. Oh no, they can't. That's not primary colour. They can't go with that, can they?
Gold is a primary colour.
Well, gold's yellow, isn't it?
Well, true.
Red, yellow, blue. They're the primaries, really. And they've got them. Black is an absence of colour.
Yeah.
Green is obviously a mixture, and it lives up to that name. It's actually the swerve, I guess, in the whole set. But I could understand that being considered in between the gold and the blue thing, you know. But a Johnnie Walker orange wouldn't be the wrong idea in the world, you know. Johnnie Walker teal, how about that? But Johnnie Walker taupe for nice bland whiskey. Johnnie Walker bronze medal because you were never meant to be a winner. Or how about Johnnie Walker participation award because you were only at best a participant.
And the box, the next one.
Oh yeah,
The box.
Good luck. Oh, you're trying to be delicate and then just shove it all the way.
This light is definitely doing better days of its position.
Yes, it was kind of. Yeah, I think so. Well, excuse me. So anyway, yes, this I've been waiting over a year to try this. The nose is deceiving. Yeah, the nose is not all that, but the palate and the finish is quite nice. It's definitely not worth the money I paid for it. Just to be clear,
No, there's no tasting though. There's information, but there's no tasting.
we don't need it. We just get to savor it. We have a story for the next one, which we'll get to soon, actually, because we really should just crack on, shouldn't we, Dave?
Yeah, I'm just breaking.
You have to sort it out in the morning, bud. We're not going back there anymore. I know you might want to for the platinum or the XR, but we'll ignore.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the XR in a minute. Okay. Well, I'm going to yellow swag them because I've got much left, really.
I'll have a sip first. Then.
Yellow swag them.
In which case, I'll do the make a swag. I will do the it's an 18-year-old.
Don't swag that.
I will hold it in my mouth for 18 seconds.
Don't swag that.
No.
No.
Okay.
Lesson learned. That is not a good shot. Didn't sit well. It felt like a vodka. What's wrong, Dave? Maybe he's getting really defensive. He's using the pillow as a shield. It's not a good shot.
Okay, there was nothing on the finish when I just did that.
Yeah.
It was almost like all of the taste vanished while holding it in my mouth.
I wonder if it's degradation rate on this, because that would indicate, because it either that or is something wrong with the
It
whiskey.
was, I mean,
It sips
it
well.
was a bit fruity floral, held in the mouth. It's sweet, but
It was mild enough that I could have passed it off as a very weak, by comparison, weak Fiddick. You know, where you like the 18's quite
Yeah.
mild. Yeah, I can argue this be very similar. Like there is a lot of oomph missing from it,
Yeah.
maybe ingredient based.
It's lacking some whelm for an 18-year-old
Yeah,
whiskey.
we haven't done a whelm scale for this. This lacks a bit of whelm.
No. Well, our whelm scale contributors aren't here, I think, so.
Oh, Ragamuffin, where you at?
And even the MP's gone quiet as well, so.
Oh, you know, the German probably went to sleep
True, yeah.
past their bedtime and all that.
Yeah, I mean, she missed the bottle with some German writing on.
I mean, I was crapping on the German language.
Yeah.
Scheiße.
Yeah, there's not much to it, is there? It's better than a red.
Oh, yeah, I would argue it's better than a few, you know, Johnny's. Of course it is. But it's not worth the money I paid for it. It's not bad. I don't regret getting it because I needed to get a Johnnie Walker Gold.
Yeah.
And, you know, we have something new. But I will admit, I'm probably not going to go to it that often.
No.
If we want to, and if my dad's listening, I'm not. When I say this, I don't mean this as a discourtesy or a disrespectful thing. I would offer this to you as a glass to put in with a mixer because I think it's mild enough
Yeah.
that you can enjoy it as a mixer. And I wouldn't be offended because at least it's getting consumed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you the bottle though.
Yeah, and if you put this with something, maybe ginger ale, Scotch American.
He doesn't really do ginger, but he does old fashions and lemonade, so it's not the worst thing in the world, is it? Shall we get some agua? Because I didn't put it on the coaster. Sorry about that. We are going to move on to what is argued to be the single greatest Johnnie Walker Gold label ever to exist ever. My one has a different cork on it. No, that is my original one again because it was the other one that This is my OG bottle. The box, no, because I got that with a new bottle, and I was so happy when I got that because I went through a phase of getting rid of those, and it was a big mistake. No, this is Johnnie Walker Gold Centenary Blend, 18-year-old limited edition. To be honest, it is the greatest Johnnie Walker Gold ever.
Yeah,
and it's so hard to get now. How many bottles does Dave own, including the empty one?
3.
Yeah, you do. And when did you get those, Dave?
Several years ago.
Before or after I got mine?
Before. Well, after you got your first one.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Before you got the rest.
I've only ever owned the one.
Yeah.
The one. Because it was when I got mine, you then went, yeah, no, I'm having that.
Yeah.
It's like the Ockentoshan. You've just gone like, I'll have a few of those, thank you.
Yeah. And then I found it was going out of stock, and I found several.
Yeah. You boshed.
Yeah, they were bought.
Yes. This is an absolutely delectable treat. And I've only brought one sample. I should have brought 2. But I didn't have enough samples for it.
We were in that sample pot.
I gave 2 to my dad with different Macallans things. I thought he'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
Oh no, Macallan and Glenmorangie the Infinita. Yeah, he loved the smell of it. He agreed with me. He agreed it smelled like a wine. But this is a genuine. I can have a little bit more.
Right, you have more of this because you still have time. Have you watered?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. No, don't do me dirty like that.
No.
Don't do to me what I did to you. Oh. This whiskey is one that's worth a cork, provided the cork hasn't blown up inside the bottle, which is what had happened to the bottle I managed to find on an auction site. Last year, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah. I found on an auction site for about 85, not including postage, and it was 92 in total, bottle of this, unopened with the box. I told Dave, and he said, if you don't get this, and then it was like either disown or you fail as an adult or something.
He was out of the will.
Yeah. And I replied, I literally don't have the money. And you were like, I'll buy it for you. So he did. He bought it for me, sent it to me, and I paid him back. Once I got paid, it arrived. The cork, though, I noticed there was a bit of bubbling around the top. And I was like, uh-oh. The cork was broken. It was. Used the corkscrew to get it out, and a few bits. Not many, thankfully. Much like your green, I just drank it down.
But like Scapa 16, bloody pricey now. It's
Yeah,
that's quite common.
I've had a Scup. Very nice. I can't remember which one it was.
The boxes for this are made by London Fancy Box, and they're so unique because the plastic top lifts off entirely as a cap, and the interior is contoured for the bottle to angle in.
Molded around the bottle,
It's beautiful. And I actually worked. I was meant to do a longer job there, but they didn't keep us on. So we saw some of those. And I could have asked for one of those back then, but I was still going through a phase of I don't care about whiskey boxes. But when I got the new one, I kept the box and gave Dave back his box. He gave to me, in fact, because I just it's so beautiful. And I then refilled my bottle. I then, with Dave, drank the rest of the other one because, oh no, what a shame.
And what do you do with this bit of Johnnie Walker that's left?
I then drilled the hole in the back of the bottle, the empty one, and turned it into a really nice bottle light, which actually is in behind my bar. Because I think it's an exquisite one. It looks the business, and it is everything that is right with Johnnie Walker in one glass. And I hate that it was discontinued. Because I was unemployed when that happened, and I couldn't buy any more, and it pissed me off. If I find more, I'm buying it.
Yeah, it's one of those where we both kind of got it at the right time for this variant of gold.
£65.
I got lucky that I was able to get a couple of bottles when it was being discontinued, about 80, £85 a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's hard to find now.
Well, when I found it on that auction site, that was a fluke. I was streaming when I saw it, I think. A complete fluke. And I saw it and I went nuts. I couldn't believe it.
And the problem is, if you search for Johnnie Walker Gold now, this doesn't come up.
Yeah, you have to explicitly look for the centenary blend. And it is their coup de grace.
Yeah. So unless you didn't know about it, you wouldn't find it, basically.
Sexy. It is very sexy. Shall we have a good...
Oh, we should. We should.
Yes, of course. This one's worth a clink.
Clink, corn, lick, you name it. It's worth it. It's like L'Oreal, but for whiskey.
Yeah. Is Jennifer Aniston meant to be modelling this now? With her incredibly perky pokies in view, I assume, yeah? Because she does not know what a bra is. And no, this is not where we say Jennifer Aniston's not worth a bra. She is, we just rather she... Anyway. Beautiful on the nose. It's welcoming, it's warm, it doesn't feel like... So this is where this is definitely the improvement to the OG 18. Because this just smells great.
Trying to work out. There's.
It's got a very sweet.
It's a sweetness.
Very sweet.
Trying to work out if it's citrus or not.
I was going to go more creamy sweet, personally.
Yeah, I'm going to get like a fruit, a boiled sweet type of.
Maybe a clementine. Maybe actually. Do we have tasting notes, or is this hard to find?
I'm struggling to find any tasting notes. I can find a few places.
Don't worry about it. We're not going to do it with this one. We're going to enjoy this. Cheers, Clink.
Clink after the fact.
It is absolutely fantastic.
So smooth.
I'm just going to bring us back here for a minute because we're obviously here too long. Hi. Yeah, no, this is an absolute treat of a whiskey, and I'm glad I brought it along because, honestly, it's fantastic. Oh, by the way, if anyone does want to support this channel, on that wish list, right at the top is a bottle of Sweet Peat. If someone does decide to ever buy it, Dave gets it because he gets the next bottle on the list. Because I got the nectar. Yeah. Dave gets the next one, which makes him happy because if it's the Sweet Peat, then of course he doesn't need to buy it. Or I bosh it. That's really nice. I like that. This is one of those whiskies also where I know we've sat in your lounge at your parents'. We've at your upstairs one. We've sat in my lounge when I lived in Norwich as well. We've had this in multiple. We've never got drunk on this one because this one is where the line is. I think where I don't want to get wasted on this one. Of course, there are some up there I'd love to try, but quite frankly, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't want. This is one I don't want to get wasted on. I want to savour it. I want to enjoy what it has.
This it's such a nice whiskey that you don't want to rush it. You want to take your time with it, drink it, just enjoy it.
Yeah,
I remember seeing a lot of criticisms of gold, as if it was always lacking in whelm, and I disagreed so much.
Yeah, so you actually prefer this in general to what's coming next.
Yes, I do, but I will concede that what happens last is the superior, but only because it's it's difficult to explain, but it's a bias, a soft spot on my part, where I really enjoy. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Okay, so we do have some. There's a website here that has the Centenary blend.
Oh, you've managed to find something.
I found something. Some. Oh, here we go. Tasting notes. Here we go. Well, that's fairly fucking nice.
It's huge.
That is a lot. There's a lot. That's. Oh, here we are. Found it. Found it. Found it. Nose. Okay, here we go. Right. Get glass. I've got notes. A floral bucket. Yeah. Adds sweetness to the underlying peat, creating a flowery wonderland like a dewy English garden on a frosty morning. Oh, that's right. Now then. The fruit is ridiculously complex with a fleshy mandarin segment. I was Clementine, I was not too far off. Yeah. And citrus peel shavings, so you're right about citrus anyway, lying over dried fruit and crusty olive bread slathered with butter. Fresh banana. Rises up with some marshmallow and chocolate layered with sprinkles as the oak strikes ever so gently, flicking with the flecks of barley that both illuminate the fog of peat and fruit. This whisky offers an almost perfect union of peat, fruit, fruit, floral, vegetal, and cereal notes. They all gel together harmoniously as the whisky rests. The smell of a clay wood fire oven develops with the aroma of salt pastries.
Is that on the nose?
It was just a nose.
Jeez.
The palate is another paragraph that's. Oh, no, it's two. I got.
Hydration needed.
Yep. Taste. Your turn. Luscious and indulgent. I dare to keep it in your mouth as long as it takes me to read this.
No.
Luscious and indulgent. The whiskey is mouth-filling and resonates gently. And resonates gentle shades of vanilla that counteract the sprays of peat and salt. That peat and salt progressively develop in intensity after swallowing. But the sweet notes act as a counterbalance. Those sweet notes beam through the peat brightly, much like honey-soaked baklava, yeah, with crushed nuts and the gentlest shimmer of glazed cherries. There is a smoky haze, milled and rekindling memories of the clay fire wood oven thing in Anzano di Puglia, some place in Italia. Many years ago, we found some wood in the pizza that day. That memory comes to my mind every time I taste this whiskey. I saw chat move. What does it say?
I was listening intently. See an aging barrel on the wish list. I meant to mention that last stream. Grab some under 3 year and not yet whiskey age. Age to your desire. Been trying to add myself for ages. I mean, that would be quite cool if we did age our own whiskey.
Oh,
Prime the barrel first, just be sure you don't waste the nectar.
sorry, what was the last bit?
Prime the barrel first, just be sure you don't waste the nectar.
Nice. I've not thought about it in many years. Amazingly, whiskey comprises about 15 whiskies, but the Talisker Clonella shine through as the other whiskies add a little bit of their own charm. Sorry about that, my stammer there. To create what is poorly written. To create one of the most spectacular blends I've tasted. This is a sensational whiskey, and it is obviously very high in malt whiskey. The whiskey is very different to the Gold Label Reserve and the Blasphemous label, having more peat. That's not what it says. But
I know what you mean.
and more peat and salt in its character, with a smokiness and sweetness that gels everything together. When compared to the Gold Label Reserve and the Blasphemous Failure label, the Gold Label is more interesting, balanced, peaty, vibrant, and harmonious without clashing character. There is a finish, and it's only 4 lines, mercifully. So we'll do.
Oh, thank goodness. We have story time with Johnnie Walker Gold.
Centenary blend. So the finish. Fruity with a creamy layer of vanilla. I was right with the cream. Lingering on the palate with mild plumes of smoke and salt. The tongue tingles with energy. It does have that smoke salt at the end. Right in the middle of the tongue. Right in the middle. It's gorgeous. For those who don't know what I've been talking about, when I say blasphemous label, David owns it, and it is an absolute mistake.
Yeah.
And the problem is, this mistake still exists.
So, as with the Gold Label Reserve earlier on, this mistake is another bottle that was designed to replace the gold.
Centenary level.
Yes. They kept the 18-year age statement. They kept to having a fancy bottle.
Oh, fancy box. Yeah, the box is more fancy though.
They gave it a pretentious name. They called it the Johnnie Walker Platinum.
Yeah.
And then they poured something inside it that may as well be garbage clean.
It is, by definition, not worth a cork. It's so bad, it is one of only 2 whiskies I could not finish.
It's also not worth a screw top. You open it, pour it out.
Is it a screw top?
No, it is a cork, I think, but it wouldn't be worth a screw top either.
I'd agree, it's a waste of plastic or metal. I genuinely do think when they replaced the absolute delight that is this, right? I'd argue that this was better. Because it just I'm sorry, but no, Platinum's terrible. Absolutely blasphemous. And to me, as a biggest insult to me as a Johnnie Walker fan, Dave as well, bigger Johnnie Walker fan than I am. Collector he is, obviously, because he's got some rather interesting bottles. And I just felt it was intentionally done to. Oh, hello, Otaku Gamer Judas. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a smashing. What day is it? Monday.
Still Monday.
2 days to pay. I hope you have a good day. No, it's an absolute blasphemy of a bottle. And I hate the fact it looks good. The thing is, it gets worse though, because the Platinum exists, and I said it still does. Doesn't it, David?
Yeah.
What happened to it, David?
They've changed it again and called it something else.
What have they called it now, David?
They call it the Gold 18.
I think
The new one.
They did just go it for a while. 18.
And then they did, yeah, 18, or Gold 18, yes. Yes, Johnnie Walker 18.
They kept this shit recipe that is not gold. And it's not the gold. By the way, I call this gold the gold standard of blended malt whiskies. To me, it's the best blended malt. But there is one that does supersede it.
It is still only Monday, yes, I'm afraid so. Although at the rate we're going, we may be to Tuesday by the time we finish.
A hot chocolate, though, right?
Yeah, we still don't have our chocolate yet.
Damn right we do. Although usually by the time you get yours made, I've already finished mine. I'm going to finish mine so we can get to the last one then. I don't want to do this part.
No, just sip. Yeah.
When I've got a lot left, I'm meg sipping. It's going to take too long.
I'll just Dave sip then.
That is a Dave sip.
Okay, well, yeah, but don't shot it. Just Dave sip it. No, he is not side famming. This is good. He is Dave sipping. Beck has been behaved. You know you would be really upset if you swag fammed that.
I've still got a bottle, it's fine. I've still got a full bottle. We're golden. He sounds so despondent. You have no idea how much it upset us. Can I go and get it?
Yeah.
I know I can't show a picture of it on the stream.
I mean,
So I could. I can show a picture of it. I can.
oh, hello.
You need to take a photo of it and put it on the server.
So if not, for those of you on Discord, tomorrow I'll go through the cabinet and take pictures of the extras that we haven't featured on the stream tonight, that we've talked about, so you can at least see post.
It's done. It can be done. It can be done over here by the radiator with the lights on.
Right, bet with while we do technical improv for the stream.
Right, so do it. You're gonna have to wide that, mate, because I can't do that on the images, can I? No, turn your phone horizontal.
Oh, Jesus, the sofa moved.
Wow. Okay.
So for reference, I just fell over because I'd laid on the sofa and the sofa just slid backwards.
Because Dave doesn't have much in the way of carpet on his floor.
Dave doesn't have much in the way of mass on his body either, so somehow.
Well, it makes it more impressive that the whole thing moved. Okay. I like this because we're more interactive. We're having to do things. Can we just leave it there to blow up in the morning? You put it on the server and I'll switch. Put it on the server, I'll switch. Oh no, I need. You need to put it.
Yeah.
Is your Discord on the laptop?
Yeah.
Right. Cool. Load up Discord. You have to put it on the work server and I can download it straight off there if that's okay.
Yes, we'll do.
Put it in the Whisky general
Stream
chat.
images.
Yeah.
Since we may as well use the chat since we have the chat or the group. The things. The whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
You can just leave it there. I can do something with it. When you've got Discord up, I can just show people. So what Dave's going to do, load up Discord. I'm then going to go in there. I'm going to pull up the image, go to a browser, a simple window capture, and show you. Which one is it?
That's
right. There it is. Not that one.
It should be in stream images.
There it is. I do that. Go here, and then I go window capture. Sure. I'll do it. For you who are interested, this is the blasphemy that I was talking about. Johnnie Walker. Oh god, that looks horrible, doesn't it? let me fix it for you, folks. It's a bit. To be fair, this is being generous to the whiskey.
This is just us improvising a photo.
That entire case is plastic. The top clicks in place. The bottle has more missing from it than it should. But the annoying thing is, the bottle's also ugly.
Yeah.
Because I like the rigid edges. I don't like the fact that it has 8 sides to it.
No, it's a bit of a strange one.
Yeah. We're done with that.
Yes.
Pull up the chat so I can see all you lovely, lovely, super sexy people. And Yempy. Should we go to the final whiskey after we've been watered up, Dave?
Have you watered? You still have water.
Oh, I didn't know you'd done it. I didn't know you'd done it. I've got to pop to Dis tomorrow. Oh, nice! I went past Dis earlier on the train. I'm not heading home till Wednesday. So, yeah, no, Bass and Jay, I'm sorry, you probably won't bump into each other. I am here until Wednesday because I want to go to the whiskey shop and I want to go to Primark. I want to do things. So the final whiskey, number 8, David.
Oh, do I get to press the button?
Yeah.
Oh, the power. It worked.
Oh,
Dave did not break it all.
This is that was different. Very deep by your standards. This is not the standard bottle, but it is the standard contents. This is the Icon series. I bought this for a fair. It's not actually. It was only £5, about £10 more expensive than the standard.
Yeah.
The box is a little different. It looks decoration different. There's a filter on this. Also, it was dark, so the bottle doesn't look as light as it should. Really, it's just remarkably clean. Well, it is Dave's place. His place is oddly sterile. Sterile? Yeah, sterile. But that's just Dave's place for
clean and tidy and organized. Well, mostly tidy and organised.
Oh, if you compare it to my sister's place, yes.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, this is their coup de grace. Coup de grace, sorry. And I, for this, made sure that Dave and I were not done dirty because Dave doesn't have an open bottle of this, but I do. I have that bottle, and I will replenish it. Hi, Bry. It takes a dram or 3 to cement just how bad something is. I agree, actually. For this, though, I poured 2 separate drams, one for myself and one for Dave, because there is no fucking way I am, with an open bottle, going to waste. That's £10. a perfectly good drink, right? When I know that this one, I can replenish.
I can actually tell you how much that is.
£150 on the whiskey shop.
I can tell how much the samples are. Yours isn't the umami though, isn't it?
No, elusive umami's like £300. I wish I had that, but it's called elusive. That means effort.
Which Icon one is yours?
What's the standard 160, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that one.
There.
It's gone up a little bit.
Oh, it's on offer at 160.
Yeah, but it's gone down from how much?
195.
You know,
well, there's not a free CL sample, so I can't tell you how much it is.
It's all right. It's got tasting notes though.
It does. This is true,
and that's what we need because Dave is the secretary of the stream because we didn't have time to get the tasting notes in today.
And the owner was at work as well. So
that is true, but you know what? You got stuff to do.
Usurp the secretary. So, Johnnie Walker Blue Label Icon, a limited edition bottling of Johnnie Walker's brilliant Blue Label blended Scotch whisky, wearing its Icons 2.0 livery. Featuring a combination of fantastic malt and grain whiskies, this blend has become world-renowned for its incredible quality, a truly fantastic expression, and a particularly handsome gift.
Yeah.
What with the snazzy design on this edition?
It is. The box is no ordinary box. Everything sits inside, cushy and comfy, doesn't fall out. Before he reads tasting notes, we should probably talk about how we got into blue, because I remember the day he had a sample of it. He got it in the kitchen, and I got done a little bit dirty here, but I didn't mind too much because it was your sample, where I had like a tiny dribble of it. Remember?
You voluntarily said you had more than me.
Yeah. And then I got like dregs.
So I had a sample. I think I had gold and blue together or something.
Yeah, because I no something else because I had the gold first because I remember because I got it and then bought the bottle.
I had 2 samples, and my parents were on a cruise. I can't now remember where.
They wanted you to try it, didn't they? Because they were
They're on Celebrity, but I don't know what cruise they were on. And I got a message. Have you tried your Johnnie Walker Blue sample? And I was like, no, it's expensive. And they're like, could you? So I was like, I mean, yeah.
Sure, you don't need an excuse.
Like, let us know what you think. I was like, where is this going?
That's like being asked which of the Game of Thrones I don't have. Seems fairly obvious.
Yeah. So I tried it. Well, we tried it because Meg was at mine at the time. So I reported back that yes, it was very nice. I definitely liked it. It was really good. And the reason they wanted me to try it is because there was an offer on the ship. They were having a blue day where everything was like decorated blue. They had offers on stuff, and a bottle of Johnnie Walker Blue Label, a 1 litre bottle of Johnnie Walker Blue Label, was on offer at $96.
Which is quite good.
So they bought this for me at the exchange rate at the time for about 65 quid.
Which is about what I paid for my Johnnie Walker Gold Label. A centenary blend, just to be clear.
So yes, because I tried it and we enjoyed it.
It's never been opened, has it? That's good.
It didn't. The only downside was it didn't come with a box, but due to the fact that the good chaps at Master of Malt are indeed good chaps,
they are.
I contacted them and was just like, really random question. I got a bottle of Johnnie Walker Blue. I don't have a box. I don't suppose you happen to have a box at all. I'm like, well, we do have some kicking around where we open them for samples. I was like, would I be able to acquire one? Like, yeah, if you just put in an order for something and put a note and we'll include it. So I ordered a couple of random sample sets, spent about 15 quid, and they arrived along with a box of Johnnie Walker Blue.
That's very good of them. Is that the one that's in there right now?
That is the one that's in the cupboard right now.
So just so we can go back a little bit. How did you first hear about Johnnie Walker Blue? Because I know where I heard about it.
So I'd heard about it before I'd watched The West Wing.
That's where I heard about it.
So
it was certain Leo McGarry.
Yes, Leo Thomas McGarry.
That drinking session of his was very reminiscent of us with Johnny. But I don't remember much Percocet.
I don't remember us getting several hundred million or whatever for our presidential candidate. But no, I think I'd heard about it just through researching Johnnie Walker because I already had a Johnnie Walker collection at that point.
You had some, didn't you?
So I think I found out about it from that, and I just ordered a sample.
Yeah,
I've done a couple of samples, but this was like 8 or 9 quid for the sample on its own back then.
That was a fair bit, though, wasn't it? You know, you pay. That's when I get very apprehensive when then now we know where the value is. We know there's value in some of these. I still wouldn't want to pay £8 for a shot, though.
Well, it's about, to be fair, this is interesting. So that is about what I paid for a single. Well, I had a double. So I'm estimating. Of Hibiki 12, when they used to sell it at Bedford's in Norwich.
Yeah.
So that was £16 for a double.
How times have changed, eh? Can you imagine them doing that now? Well, here's a single of Hibiki 12. Here's one of Nika 12. Here's one of Yamazaki 12. Hakushu 12.
Yeah.
That's £400.
Yeah. Have you got a credit card?
Do you have a mortgage? Do you have equity release? Our glasses are sat there, and they're nowhere near our hands.
No.
And we've got tasting notes. They're looking. My hand is feeling a bit parched.
I feel like we should.
You know, it's because I've been holding this glass for so long.
I feel weird without
It's
the weight.
such a weight in it that you're not sure what to do now. You've got
My hand just wants to go like this. It wants to go up in the air.
So
I'm gonna reach over and get you your glass.
Dankeschön.
You don't speak loser here.
So on the nose.
On the nose. Oh, hang on. Absolute legend. Yeah, good on them. Most of them always treat us well.
Yeah.
And they follow us. Oh, they don't follow us, do they?
They don't follow us, but they have liked a few of our posts and they've shared one or something.
Well, that was Bushmills, wasn't it?
Was it Bushmills?
Bushmills did the 21.
I think Master Malt done one or featured one as part of. I think Master Malt featured the Bushmills as one of their story things.
I know Bushmills did.
Yeah.
I know Bushmills did.
But yes, we'd like a better relationship with the good chaps at Master Malt, not least because we'd like to, be able to steal some free whiskey samples.
To drive 1,000 kilometers to afford it. Really?
Damn.
I would watch.
I would drive 1,000 kilometers. And I would drive 1,000 kilometers more.
Yeah.
I just get on the train. I would train 1,000 kilometers.
Anyway, so yes.
When I wake up, I don't know what I want to want a drink that looks as sexy as you.
So it's a slight proclaimers segue.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. There's a.
Hello, surprised puppies. Are we not meant to see the people drinking it? No.
No.
That's the allure of it.
Because if you saw us, you wouldn't watch again. So
You turned to stone.
Yeah. Or in the mental institute.
We're just dickheads with a microphone.
Yeah.
Who's currently kicking the microphone? I should stop doing that.
So anyway, on the nose.
Yes, on the nose.
Fragrant with good body. Notes of oak, crisp spice, dried fruit, pastries, berry fruits, aniseed, hints of cedar, a touch of spice, and citrus.
Read the very first part again.
Fragrant with good body.
If I said that, right, if I went up to somebody went like this, right, with someone who was fragrant with a good body, I'm getting slapped with sexual harassment and an ASBO. Alright.
Yeah, thankfully the whiskey isn't a snowflake, so we're alright.
Also, thankfully, this is legal age.
Well, this is probably a cougar or something at this point, isn't it? Johnnie Walker Blue?
He's a MILF, mate. This whiskey's a
it's
MILF.
It's at least MILF level, if not, yeah.
It's a malt I'd like to fuck. Oh, that's a dodgy one, isn't
So
it?
we've added two devils to Not Worth a Cork tonight. We've got Not Worth a Lick and Malt I'd Like to...
No, it's a malt I'd like to fund.
Right, I'll actually get my nose in it.
And no, it's not a malt I'd like to fat to. That is completely different and not acceptable. One does not touch
Who
tallywhacker.
said that, Leona?
Who does not touch tallywhacker and drink? Oh, there's a good cauterizer here.
Right, let's see what that says there. Hello, Jim. Hope you're well. The letter that Johnnie Walker read by Asleep at the Wheel, 1975.
That's CBS.
How much is left in that bottle? My bottle.
Dalwhinnie is good, to be fair.
I've only got Winter's Gold, sadly. Dave has the 15, I believe.
I have the 15 and the... I think it was a 17 distilled edition.
The bottle is about, I'd say, just over a third empty. We only opened it on the day the Queen's funeral happened, didn't we?
Was it the Queen's funeral? Or was it a Jubilee?
No, it was a funeral because we were sat watching it all day.
I thought we watched the Jubilee as well, didn't we?
No,
No,
funeral.
okay, it was just a funeral.
No,
We
funeral. We also had some for the coronation, and we've had it since, to be honest.
Oh no, we did funeral coronation, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sorry, yes.
To be honest, this is meant to be a special. I don't necessarily consider it a special occasion. I was going to say whiskey. I was going to say whiskey, like the freaking diddly squat bee honey thing. Whiskey.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. To be cute. No, I got it fucking wrong. But it's not necessarily a slow drink. It's just I don't want to waste it because of how expensive it is. Yeah. Because it is a pricey drink, and you don't want to blow that. So the nose, I get the aniseed.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I like aniseed.
I would say, the fruit, the aniseed, maybe the citrus is all there, I would say.
The citrus cuts the aniseed.
Sure on the chocolate.
That might be
because I'm reading that from the palate.
Yeah, let's say that's more of a palate thing.
I'll skip the head slightly. My bad.
Well, let's taste it.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. So, of all the ones we've had this evening, this one has got the most impact in the flavour. Like, it's very much, hi, I'm here. Do you want to taste me now?
Yeah. So on the palate,
Yeah.
supple and balanced.
Yeah.
Good toffee and hints of very wistful smoke. Chocolate, hints of grass, and a good hit of malt. Yeah, maybe taking photos of.
No. I was trying to get the chat on my phone so
Okay.
I could read from here. $50 a glass. Is the taste worth the price? So, Judas, I think it is because over the years of trying more expensive whiskies, I've encountered some that clearly weren't worth that price. Like they were just completely lacking in anything well. This one has a lot going on. And I've seen how some treat it as a status symbol. I get that. That's why a lot of Jack Daniels gets treated that way as well, though, and that doesn't have the flavour to back it. But this has the flavour. And I've seen how careless some are when they drink this. They just drink. I'm just like, you really need to stop. Because you're doing it wrong. It's like a swish and a flick. It's a very light motion. And take your time. And eventually you get it right and you oh my
Wingardium Leviosa.
I did just that. Lifted the glass right up into my mouth and put some in there. There's a light of smoke to it, am I wrong?
So, finish, floral, oaky, good length.
Notice the oak.
Urged on by a plume of very well kept Highland style smoke.
You know it.
Dried fruit, spice, and honey.
Yeah, the smoke is the Highland Mark might explain there's a little bitterness to it. Because Highland whiskies I feel have a bit of a weird bitterness in there. But I think more coffee notes come into their whiskies, I think. Fifi. The red icon bottle was there, did you notice?
I did notice, yeah.
I want that. I need it for my collection. Just empty the bottle afterwards.
yeah.
Very expensive glass.
Toilet cleaner, anyone?
Yeah. I'd use it in the pub to clean the urinals. That'd be a good way of doing it. If it ever splashes back, those guys get a really nasty surprise on their cock.
So, I've just gone to the standard blue.
Yeah.
Just for general
Not different,
information.
are they?
Well, a little bit, but basically, blue became renowned because it uses blends of some of the oldest single malts that Johnnie Walker have access to.
Oh, Diageo, isn't it?
Or Diageo, yeah. But they use Highland, Lowland, Speyside, and Islay. But a lot of Johnnie Walker blues, and they're now doing special release versions of them, use ghost distilleries. So this is whiskey that is still held in storage in distilleries and no longer active. So some of them have been reactivated, some of them haven't. But some of this is malts that you'll never get anywhere else because they're just held in storage.
Yeah, it's one hell of a complicated flavour profile to do that. And I will admit the Ghost and Red, the thing to also distinguish is the Chinese New Year ones are not different flavours at all. They're just different bottle designs. Dave, his is this year, Year of the Dragon.
Yeah.
I'm Year of the Ox because my birthday is January 15th, which means I fall on 1985 and I was born in 1986. So I'm Year of the Ox, which makes a lot of sense considering how strong I am, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, not strong. I'm just stronger than you.
The Glenary Royal is currently reduced to 250 for the Ghost and Rare from 300.
Nah, not that strong.
Port Ellen, they don't do anymore. And
So,
the
trouble of modern day whiskey is the quality of the barley, which is degraded over the years. So yes, there is a sustainable issue that many distilleries are trying to account for by going the organic route. And I understand that.
Hi, Nick Neen.
The sustainability is vitally important. Yeah, Nick Neen, Waterford as well. The sustainability aspect is important and be able to regenerate your reserves. But then when you are trying to keep up with supply and demand, you're having a problem here because you're going to fall foul and you're not going to be able to do it as easily.
Looks like they're having problems with the peated whiskey, aren't they?
It's a shortage, yeah.
Yeah, peat.
But that's not as easy to grow to create, so they know this. It's not something you can simply do. And I think that these issues are only going to exacerbate for as long as they are desperate to continue to make these drinks even bigger than they are. Yeah. There's a limit to how far they can go.
Yeah.
And other countries right now are rising up to take their place, and I know that's a threat, but actually, I think it takes the pressure off them.
Yeah.
They should accept there's limitation to what they can do where they are, or move their base of operations, which would compromise everything they do anyway. Johnnie Walker will be hit the hardest because that is a blended malt.
Yeah.
They can't reproduce that anywhere else. They need the malt made from very particular distilleries.
Yep.
And that's fascinating to know, to see that as a business model. And I like trying all these. But I will admit the ingredients aspect is a fascinating one when it comes to sustainability. Year of the snail hides in shell. Is that actually one or not?
I don't know.
I don't know if it
There's
is.
like cat, rat, ox, dragon,
Tiger.
snake, and tiger.
Or tiger is the one I would be if I was born after the 21st, which would make total sense because while I can move quite light,
Yeah.
I generally am just known for being fairly ish strong. Not that strong.
Strong enough to one-man the IKEA unit up the stairs.
How much does it weigh?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I don't know if it says on the box.
You talk to chat for a second while I go and look on the box.
Meg is currently inspecting this handiwork for the IKEA unit he brought up the stairs earlier.
Well, it's quite tall.
The box for reference is over 2 meters long.
It's a little bit taller than me.
Yeah, it's about a foot wide and about nearly a foot square. But yes, it weighs an amount of weight. I'm not 100% sure. I was just about able to lift it into the car. Like, I wouldn't have been able to carry it all the way upstairs, whereas Meg just took it over one shoulder and up he went.
There is no reference to the weight of it on the box anywhere.
No, the doors are nice and light, but yeah, they're just awkward because they're bigger than the cabinet, which is the problem we have putting it in the car.
Meg did arm day before he came up here. Arm day, best day.
Meg did lactic acid day, and about to be sat still at the station for 3 hours.
I'll be honest, it was cold enough that I never noticed. I was my hands in my pockets, my jacket on my coat, the pocket warmers in. I was shivering. I was like, but the wind was hitting so hard. I just couldn't be arsed. Wait, what are you describing here?
It's an IKEA Billy bookcase.
Yes, that we're using for whiskey that we're going to build tomorrow, I believe.
Yep.
Where's it going?
It's either going there,
right,
or that one's going there, and the new one's going there.
How are you going to decide that? Fam, I didn't agree to help you move your entire flat around. I came here to build something, and I was going to go to stop off and buy whiskey. Eventually.
It's probably going to go there, but we're going to have to trim the back because it's got to take the panel for the modem and stuff.
We'll discuss this tomorrow. Okay. You will. A big box. Yeah, basically a big box. You know about that.
Yeah. Well, Leo likes having a big box filled.
Having a big box? Bit rude.
Big box filled.
Oh, filled. That's fine. Yes. So this is an absolutely delectable whiskey, and we can't stay here forever doing this one because we've been going for 3 hours. And it's also gone midnight. So.
Well, we did make it to Tuesday. There we go.
True. Congratulations to us.
Well done for those of you who have stuck with us for the evening.
We do have a little bit left. Yeah, we are going to finish what we've got. Next stream will be at some point in February.
Yeah, somewhere around the 9, 10, something like that.
And it will be we're not entirely sure what the title will be just yet, but it'll be based on treats. That was Dave, not me. And we're going to disappear now, finish our drinks, have some hot chocolate, and go to bed. Whiskey about. Thank you all for joining us, guys. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Monday is over.
Thank you also to everyone that liked it, because I did notice we have a fair few likes on this. That really helps us. It really does. And we've enjoyed doing these. This year we've started off kind of strong, and I hope it stays that way.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed as well, please do share the link around for people to watch on playback. We do like getting reviews after.
I hope the audio isn't so horrendous that people don't want to do that. We're not on the usual not on our usual setup. We will be next time behind the bar having a jolly good time. Say goodnight, Dave.